Okay, look, I'm going to give you your choice, and I'm not going to be biased in any way. Tonight, you can either play Goofy Golf, which is a lot of standing in line and shoving and pushing, and you're probably going to get a 0, or you can do the LaserDisc Wolfpack podcast, which is a lot of shiny discs and magic, and you'll have a wonderful time. Okay? Now let's vote.
Go!
LaserDisc Wolfpack.
What's going on, everybody? I am Culturedog Sam Hatch, and yes, against everyone's vote, we are doing the LaserDisc Wolfpack podcast, and yeah, just deal with it. We're gonna get into some summer vibes tonight. We're gonna keep it nice and cool. Hopefully, beat the heat and drink some water. As always, I'm sponsored by my Kylo Ren tumbler of water. But I'm gonna pass the mic on over to my man, who the rumor is that Summer Lovin' is actually about him and Sandy. Danny had nothing to do with it, man. It's all about Ryan Cushing. What's up, man?
Not much, Sam. Tonight's podcast is brought to you by Brondo, the thirst mutilator, perfect for summer, and
Perfect.
by Pro Wipes.
Ooh.
The
Nice.
cleaner the disc, the clearer the picture. And I'll
Wish
pass
I'd
it off to
known.
Maxine.
Maxeene the LaserDisc Queen in sunny Southern California, and it's gonna be a hot one today. 85 in town, 95 in the valley. Suggest we jump in the old jalopy and head on down to the beach because it's a cool 75 degrees in the air, 70 degrees in the water. So grab those sticks and let's go surfing.
Love it.
I'll pass it to Luke.
No pressure, buddy.
What? Am I supposed to have something?
Yeah, you didn't prepare your whole monologue? No?
Hey, what's up? Let's talk about some LaserDiscs. Let's go.
Gotta
Oh.
pass it on to Chris.
I'm Chris, local Rochesterian, New York LaserDisc degenerate, and I am sponsored by. Oh man, I didn't have anything clever. I am sponsored by this Pioneer R7G remote.
Nice.
That's the best. I didn't know I was supposed to prepare an intro. I would have written something down.
Yeah, join the club. There we go.
We just make shit up as we go along.
Make that up. Swim
You
with
are a little more experienced than I am. Should see me
Yep.
teach science.
Well, welcome back. Yeah, you joined us for the anime episode, which was a super lot of fun, and I'm sure I'm going to find a way to squeeze some anime into this episode as well.
Oh, you brought me on. There's no way I can't talk about anime. It's the only thing I've bought in the last 2 years. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hey, there's still summer anime, right?
Are we talking about anime today? I don't know.
Wow, we're always
I'm not
talking about
prepared.
anime.
I didn't
What?
prepare an anime top 5.
What?
Your favorite anime summer releases. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
See y'all.
And yes, apologies for my weird destruction void behind me. I'm and still in the process of moving. So, but you still have Scrunchy, the shop rat bear. He is there
Got him.
representing. Yeah,
Sure. Nice.
he's
Good
always going to be
work.
hanging out. But yeah,
It's practical magic. You said practical magic. That
it is. You could see it like there, like right behind Scrunchy. I think that's the Practical Magic poster, sitting sideways. Sorry. It's going to look great in the new pad. It's going to be a whole new world of backdrops, and it's going to be nice. But anyways, it's getting hot. We're getting close to the dog days of summer. Let's talk about some summer vibes LaserDiscs. So you could come at this a few different directions. I know Seth was trying to angle because he's from Sweden. They don't have summer. They don't know what it means. So he was trying to come up with like maybe just do summer blockbusters. So, but I'm going more with movies that are set in the summer, or at least have some sort of summery vibes to them and make me think about summer. So there you go. Let's let's jump into a top 5.
Who is this Seth person?
He was
dead.
supposed to join us, but yeah, he's
Dead.
dead to us now because he got sick, called out.
Remember, summer doesn't exist to him, so
Yeah, I mean, what is it like 2 a.m. over there or something like that? He can't get up and vomit a couple times and come and do the podcast.
Summer.
Come on, man. Summer's all about vomiting.
Yeah, that's summer vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, so my top 5 was a pain in the ass. I had to kind of rework it a few different ways, and a lot of my favorite movies I don't have on LD. Yeah, a lot of 80s comedies and things like that just have VHS plus releases. I'm not buying those damn things, but I did whip together a top 5, so let's jump in.
Disappointed in you, Sam.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know. Otherwise,
we
it'd
love
be
you, Sam.
no summer school, no summer rental, none of that. Sorry. Womp womp. But we're going to do a movie that's set in July. And you could theoretically go for a couple different versions. Going with Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet.
Ooh.
This movie is just all about the heat, man. It's all about running around outside in Hawaiian shirts, unbuttoned. No school, nothing to do, just hanging out with your bros, taking drugs and hanging out on the beach and riding around in cars with the top down, thumbing your nose at people, and then or bite your thumb. That's it. You're biting your thumb at people. And I guess you could go for some alternate versions too, like the old classic
Boobs.
Farrelly, yeah, or
Dude, I brought that with me too. Come on, man.
or this one. But yeah, no. We're going full on THX, Fox Gatefold, killer soundtrack. Got some good Radiohead on there, and all sorts of fun stuff. So it's just hot. You could feel the heat in this thing. So
Paul Rudd's in there looking like he does today.
Paul Rudd, I know that guy is just never ages. And I love his dorky astronaut costume he wears at the ball. It's just he even like turns around. He's like, yay, like he wants a cookie or something. So much fun. Oh yeah, the cast just rocks balls in this, and Mercutio is amazing, and Tybalt's amazing.
Good other characters in there.
Yeah, so awesome. And number 4, another movie that just makes me think of the heat. Falling Down. Apologies, Luke sent me a tasty Japanese copy, but it's actually buried right now, so I wasn't able to retrieve it. So I had to go with my old U.S. domestic, but
is it rotted?
Yeah. It's not rotted. No,
Okay.
It's nice. This is my original copy I got at Tower Records on release weekend. So just Michael Douglas is a defense worker who's fallen on hard times and is not quite mentally able to process that. And on a really, really, really hot day, he ends up going on a bit of an adventure, this odyssey across Los Angeles, and encounters all these different people, and violent encounters start ensuing, and including the amazing scene at the Whammy Burger restaurant where he wants breakfast, but breakfast has just ended. So crazy stuff. Great film. Robert Duvall's also very good in it. Tuesday Weld's got some pretty fascinating stuff in there, and it's just, and it's got the scene with him and the Nazi the guy at the supply store, and it's just insane. So it's just this guy sweating his ass off on the streets and getting guns and causing trouble. And number 3, technically this is just pre-summer, but Dazed and Confused, the last day of school.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's the celebration of the onset of summer. This is what it's all about, and it's all just hanging out with your crew, trying not to get killed by the other crew, and just slice of life. Classic Linklater action. Yeah, I'm sure everyone's seen this 100 times. Killer soundtrack, and just love the 70s throwback. I mean, I was a little younger than these dudes at that time, but I still knew like all these kids, from my neighborhood. So, are very similar to it. So, just thinking about the concerts you're going to go to that summer and all that sort of stuff. So, sadly, there was no Criterion collection on LD. There should have been, but this is what I had to deal with.
So I love that movie. Linklater's Everybody Wants Some movie is a good like sequel,
proto sequel,
of that first day of college. Yeah,
so
I'm a big Linklater nerd or fan. Yeah, it's great.
Absolutely. Number 2, I had to go with a Spielberg classic, and yeah, I teased it at the opening. I'm not going with Jaws. I'm actually going with Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This movie just screams summer to me. It's, summer's all about the beaches and hanging out and eating ice cream and stuff. But for me, summer is also like 80% about the night. And Van Halen wrote a song about it, man. Summer nights is where it's at, and this thing just screams summer nights. And it technically takes place early June, I think, but close enough. The scenes with just the McDonald's from the 70s, and it's just a complete time travel like portal for me. Like I'm instantly in a station wagon back in a sweltering night, with no AC, just waiting for something at McDonald's, and the power goes out. It's just it just completely captures it. And so much of the movie is just being out and about in the summer with like crazy storms on the horizon, and you just feel it. Like it just seeps through the film. So, and that's of course a criterion. If you want to get the special edition and you don't want to program it, you can get obviously this version, which is usually rotted, but this one's okay. And then if you want to get the high definition one, you can get the high definition one with the box of chocolates.
High roller over here showing off the muse.
And if you want Richard Dreyfuss to act it out for you, here's Richard.
Yeah. Then you could get this other version, alternate version.
AC3 one?
Yeah, this is the one. This has got AC3, and it's got all the supplementary features and everything on here. So it's pretty tasty. It's got a 140-minute documentary on there, and it's the like third cut of the film. Number 1, the movie that's just I have to watch usually every June. It's just summer, like turned into a film. Freaking Twister. I unapologetically absolutely love this film. It's got that Michael Crichton vibe. I love that there's a villainous type of character in Cary Elway's, but he's not that much of a villain.
And the Twister.
That's the cool thing. It's like the villains aren't that like malicious. Like the Twister is just a force of nature. Like, so it's really cool. It's got a cool vibe about it. So the kind of like 3-act structure is like a little bit. It's got a different take on it because it's not about someone like active. Like a Twister is not actively trying to kill you. So it's like these people getting in the way of it. And of course, it's got the fantastic hold on to the pipe with a belt scene, which everybody loves.
100% accurate.
I did the math. I checked out the data. Great soundtrack too. There's BT does a Tori Amos remix on there. Eddie Van Halen like did some really cool guitar work. Like his track, like I don't know, Fart Into the Wind or whatever he calls it, that plays over the end credits. Fantastic. Like he really should have done more of that stuff and done more film scores and stuff like that. But I got this is the CAV. Of course I have the CLV too, but
what a gorgeous movie. That movie just
plus it was the breakup of Van Hagar. That was their last song.
Yeah, Humans Being, which I even like that song. And it's got Philip Seymour Hoffman in it and Jamie Gertz, and
it's a perfect. I held that up a few weeks ago. That's a perfect put it on the background while you're doing something movie.
And again, it's got that feel of summer. It's got a bit of everything. It doesn't have beaches, but it's got summer days and like some great night scenes. That feeling like outside the house when the wind starts blowing a little stronger and all the little mobiles are like kind of going. I just love it. It just feels like summer to me. So there you go. Twister. What do you got, Ryan?
I went a little different direction than you, Sam.
What? I can't believe it.
Yeah. So when I think of summer, I think of getting stabbed at camp.
Hell yeah.
Wherever else. This is the only sleepaway camp on LaserDisc.
Yeah.
It's probably the weakest of the first 3, but it's still really entertaining and campy. But
See what he did there.
Definitely worth checking out. And it's got a pretty decent picture.
Of course, that's the first one you hold up. That crazy ass disc is I can't wait to see the other 4.
Sometimes you just have to remember.
Of course.
I actually was going to say at the beginning of the show, wait till Ryan holds up all the I know what you did last summer shit.
You never know. But this one's pretty good. It kind of set a tone. It's got a decent, plausible story. I'll say plausible. None of these are entirely great, but
It's a great cast. That's a great cast. That movie.
Speaking of plausible,
Ooh,
this is a trip. It's pretty out
that's
there.
high quality.
Yeah, and it is definitely worth checking out. Tourist trap. So
That's the one where they go. The guy has the mask on. The man has the mask on.
yeah,
Oh, what? That's good. Yeah.
Mannequins. Yeah.
and mannequins and
Mannequin. There you go.
And then sometimes I still know what you did last summer.
Knew this was coming too.
I actually think that this one's better than the first one. The first one, there are times that it's like, this one just nonstop. Plus, you have some great supporting characters that help really pull the movie along and stop it from dragging at any point. There is a US release. I've never seen a copy. I've seen them for sale, but I've never found one. But there's also a Japanese release, so check it out.
Are you Love Hewitt complete?
I have no idea. Like, how many movies did she do on LaserDisc?
I don't know. It's a good question. We should look
Those
into
two?
this.
Yeah.
Well, I'll check when I'm off camera.
Yeah, we'll do
And
the
then-
research.
I'm going to have a PAL disc for number 1.
Yes.
Ah,
Just Before Dawn. This is a really awesome slasher. I think it's only on PAL, like UK PAL. It's unedited, I believe, because it was pre-cert. It's got a nice 18 there. Just a really cool slasher. They go off into the woods and they see this park ranger and he's like, don't go up there. And they go up there and these 2 twins start killing. And just wonderful scenery. The transfer shit, but if you look at the Blu-ray, the transfer shit. So really, your PAL VHS plus minus holds up. And
All right.
so check it out if you haven't. And if you can't find it or don't want to buy a PAL player, I think the DVD is still in print or the Blu-ray. So go that route.
nice. Bonus points for your Metallica 8-inch behind you. That's pretty cool.
I didn't want to like put in my pickups, so I put it in my screen the whole time.
Nice. It's a good jam for the summer when you're driving around in your Camaro.
Oh yeah.
How about you, Maxine?
Thankfully, so far, I didn't have any duplicates. So
Excellent.
lived in California my whole life. So summer is
It's always summer,
very,
right?
very summer up in here. Very hot right now. It's like probably where I'm sitting right now. It's over 90 degrees in here, and it's very hot. It's very uncomfortable. So, okay.
Nice.
I freaking could watch this movie a gazillion times. I love this movie so much. The whole thing is set during her summer. She's trying to like have like this great summer. Her mom goes to Australia, and then they get stuck with this babysitter, and the babysitter dies literally day 1 on the job. And then they just have to like fend for themselves, and they drop the old lady at the freaking mortuary, and all the money the mom left is in the freaking lady's pocket. And so they have no money, and then all this craziness ensues. And it's very fashion oriented. She has the best clothes and earrings, and just I just love the whole vibe of this. There's beach and summertime, and it's very good.
Dishes are done.
Dishes. Okay. Surprised no one had this one, but
Nice.
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know if there's anything quite as summer and as montagey as this movie.
Ooh.
It's got a lot of volleyball and a lot of just bromance and just learning to be the king of summer. These two. Woo! It is a
Nice.
moment. This is highly recommended if you've never seen it. But it's C. Thomas Howell and who's the other guy? I forget his name, but they're freaking, king of the beach, basically.
Nice.
Amazing. Gotta have some Lorenzo.
It kicks ass. Yeah.
It's great. I really just want to find this suit. I want it for myself. It's like terry cloth moment that he has, and he's wearing his like daughter's sunglasses, which always make me laugh.
Love the Ferrari boat.
Oh gosh, so many things about that movie. That's super good.
So good. Yeah.
Can't have
Nice.
summer without Cusack. So
If I had that on LD, that would have been on my 5 for sure.
it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Such a everybody's in that one. Goes without saying. Now this is number 1.
Oh.
Good job. This one is pure pure summer from start to finish. Absolutely non-stop summer is happening. They
Nice.
work at resort, it's beach, it's pools, it's like hotels, it's jobs, it's this ridiculous guy kind of Revenge of the Nerds style running into the girls' dorm area and just like, you know.
He's
just
got that
crazy,
creep
you know?
factor going. Yeah.
But this movie, like, it's from '89, and so it just, this one rides that line a little harder than some of the earlier ones, where the women are just like, there's this total creep guy who works, they don't have a photo of him on here because he's not that important, I guess, but he's this kind of like older guy who works in like the excursion department of the hotel, and he's just like just being creepy to everybody, and he just keeps getting clocked into the pool all the freaking time in the movie, and just like it's just like this cowboy, you know, everyone's just a stereotype, like the cowboy guy, he's got his cowboy hat on and he's the lifeguard. It's just a lot of like, but it's just, I mean, it's just really fun. The music, everything sounds like something that you would know, but it's totally not. So it's all just kind of copycat. But then they've got this like featuring music from orchestra and like this band that makes no damn sense and has absolutely no place in playing a show at the freaking end of the movie. It's like just killing it, just living their whole fantasy in the freaking end of the movie, that they're like final, you know, end of the job party. And there's just a band like that are just way too old for all these teenagers to be like, they're just not out of place, but they're just killing it on the, they got like a freaking violin. Like it's wild. This movie is great, but totally unknown.
It'd be a good top 5 bands and regular movies.
Oh,
like,
totally.
Good
Oh,
point.
movies are like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, write that down, Ryan.
I'm not even
I
sure
already
if
have
I
a
could
top 5 brewing.
do
on
a
that
top
one.
5 of those. Good Lord.
Yeah, we can make it happen.
Oh yeah. That's all of them. I'll pass it to Luke.
Okay. Hello?
Hey there.
Oh, is that me?
Yeah, it's you.
There you go. There we go. All right. So I did like you're talking, you know, different movies, you know, are set in summer. Different movies are some of them are blockbusters, but this first one is just one that kind of reminds me of summer, like when I would watch it a lot. This is a stretch. This is what I'm trying to say. So I would watch this like, you know, on VHS until it wore out. This is a Little Shop of
Nice.
Horrors.
Oh.
Not summer, not whatever, but this is a movie that I would just put on and play until it fucking broke. Like it. I do not like many musicals at all. I think this and Willy Wonka, but yes, this movie reminds me of summer.
Me too.
And this also just has the best cameos, like these guys with John Candy and Steve Martin and Bill Murray. Like even when I was a kid, I'm like, these guys are cool. Like these are whatever's going on here. I like it, you know. So yeah, that's my first one. All right, next one. This is a repeat. This is One Crazy Summer.
Yes.
You can't. This is the movie. I love Bobcat Goldthwait. I think he's the best.
The Godzilla suit. It's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, the best. He is whatever he was doing in the '80s is like the best character out of like, you know, I love it.
Hell yeah.
Okay, next one. I don't know how we can do a summer movie without this guy. The original Friday the 13th.
Yes. Almost
You know,
put it on
this
the
is-
list.
Of course, this has no Obi because
Obies are lame.
Obies are lame.
I have that. I
Obies
pulled
are
it
lame.
out and then I left it on the other side of the room. Damn it.
remember when you're buying a LaserDisc from me, and I don't have an Obi, it's still good, and you still want to buy
Exactly.
it. There you go.
Where's
But
the
yeah,
Obi?
come on. Summer camp, killings. This is class. If I had Sleepaway Camp, I'd hold it up. I had the DVD outside. I was too lazy to go get it, but come on. Friday the 13th, original one, summer movie.
I've never even seen that movie.
Well,
What? Who said that?
Thank
That would
God.
be me. I think
What'd you say?
I own what, 2 horror discs in my entire collection?
Oh man, you need to buy. Okay, that's cool. I guess.
you need to buy some from Luke with no Obies.
I didn't get into horror later in my life. I will say that. And then I was like, I'm just gonna go for it. And there's merit to it. They're good. I enjoy them.
Well, yeah, I've come to terms with acknowledging that horror is great.
I mean, it's not great. It's enjoyable.
There are some really good horror
Yes,
movies.
it's great.
Yeah, there are.
All right. Next one. This is the when people say, "What's your favorite movie?" I might say Casablanca, but in my mind, my real favorite movie is and this is the ultimate summer blockbuster in my mind. I mean, I love this movie. I think Tommy Lee. I still say phrases at work from I still call kids slick. I'm like, oh, hold on there, slick. What Tommy Lee Jones says. And my favorite line, of course, is Elvis didn't go home. Elvis didn't die. He just went home. You know. And then I got the Japanese box set, but there's really nothing special about this whatsoever. It just has the regular Japanese disc in this fancy box.
But it's limited edition, right?
Limited to 55 million. So,
Exactly.
It still gives you
Yeah,
cool
but-
points.
You get the guarantee that it's rot free. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
only, that was like one of the first
Sure.
Japanese boxes I bought from Kobos in like 2010 because I just wasn't willing to risk it.
Yeah, I do have the regular one. I have a regular that's rot free as well. Too.
Yeah, I found one almost a decade later. So
Yeah, there's 2 pressings, so there's a decent amount of clean Pioneer ones that you can get.
Yeah.
Last one, number 5. Is Vinny doing a video phone in or whatever?
He better, yeah.
Okay, so
We'll just
I'm
talk
sure
first.
he's going to show this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll dress
If
up
he
like
does.
Vinny and I'll say a bunch of
there-
like, yeah.
Oh,
Cape Fear.
I'm from
Taxi
New York.
driver. I don't know why he sounds like that.
Martin Scorsese. This one is set in summer, all about summer. This is, I mean, come on, this is Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen this movie, get out of the rock you are living under. This is, it pushes, the hottest day of the summer with the racial tension in the city, and it just kind of explodes. But I was thinking about it today. Not only do you have that going on, but you have Mookie who is struggling with, love for his family compared to love for his neighborhood compared to love for money, and there's one scene where he walks across the little girl drawing the, on the sidewalk, and he just walks across and it's basically like, fuck you, fuck this neighborhood, whatever. And at the end, he does the question is, did he do the right thing? And personally, I think he did, because he gave a shit about his neighborhood, and at the end of the movie, he does take the money from what's his name, but then
Spoiler
Spoiler
haven't
alert.
seen it.
whatever.
Whoa,
Come
whoa.
on, it's 19 whatever. If you haven't seen this movie, get out of here. He takes the money and he goes home and he lays down with his wife and kid. I'm like, okay, yeah, I dig it. Do the Right Thing, the nice Criterion collection as well.
What spine is that?
Yeah, give some spinach.
It is $266.
Respect.
Yeah, that's it. Chris, what you got? Bring on the anime. Oh,
all right, I had to draw incredibly hard lines because I would have picked just about every blockbuster from 1995 to 1999.
Show us some volcano, buddy.
Oh, I've got it over there somewhere.
Right.
But I'm more of a Dante's Peak kind of man.
All
You know, I
right.
need an hour-long nap, and then I just need fuck you for the rest of the movie with lava. So I tried to pick movies that weren't blockbusters necessarily, and if they were largely summer-oriented. So I have to go with, American
Nice.
Graffiti.
Yeah,
I got to
good.
lead
Nice.
with the ultimate ode to the end of youth and the oncoming freight train of either the workforce or college or the military. I got to go with George Lucas's first true success, American Graffiti. This is the THX Japanese pressing. I've had it for a couple of years, but it's just, you could just feel the heat even when it's nighttime. There's just a lot of heat, whether it's metaphorical sexual heat or it's actual physical. I want to say
Energy
that's
heat.
what San Fernando Valley heat.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful movie, and it's probably what all of us wish our summer was like between senior year ending and the first year of our post public school or grade school years. Plus, it's got an early Harrison Ford cameo.
Bob Falfa, man. Yeah.
Are you
Ron-
watching this one, or
Well, so
Yeah,
this is the
the
special
music, too.
edition.
Yep.
This is the special edition. So Han Solo shoots second in this version.
Oh, boo.
That is probably the one where they changed the skyline in that scene at
I want to
Mel's,
say
right?
that it is
Yeah.
the Lucas
Yeah.
cut.
And that's the only change, or is there more than
I
just that
think
one?
maybe
skyline
there's
change?
maybe something
Of
else
all
small,
the
but
tampering Lucas has done, American Graffiti has seen the least of it.
yeah, that's fairly innocuous.
Let's see. I'm gonna follow it up with. None of these are in a particular order. Like they're not like I don't have a favorite. They're just 5 really good summer movies, and I'm gonna go with West Side
Nice.
Story,
Oh,
the classic 1961 musical about boiling racial tensions in a New York City block. It's never stated that it's summer, but I've lived in the state of New York my whole life, and there's
So you
just
know
so
it.
much sunshine. And it's like I get it. This is summertime. It's you could just see the sweat glistening off of the actors during each of the outdoor sequences. They shot it on a real block that was being decommissioned. It's Romeo and Juliet with a couple of song and dance numbers. This is the Japanese AC3 pressing of the film. It's a late-ish release, but it's one of my favorite musical movies of all time. It's kind of like I watched it when I was a kid and a teenager and an adult, and I still find myself completely wrapped up in the grandeur of it. It was shot on 65 millimeter film negative, and it's just this big kind of larger than life kind of movie. But I could talk for way too long about it. I'm going to follow it up with the last standard pressing of Terminator 2, which I'm assuming is a summer movie. It's also like, if I had to pick a 90s blockbuster to define the summer season, I think I would go with Terminator 2.
Yeah, there's malls and all sorts of cool stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Guns N' Roses. I mean, yeah.
yeah.
there's just so much heat and sunshine set against this dystopic, messy,
on fire burning.
Yeah.
everything about it is just very hot. There's just a lot of tension and frustration and futility running throughout it. And depending on who you ask, they may associate summer with those kinds of feelings, especially if they don't have working air conditioning.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that almost made my list too. So I feel all of that.
and of course, it's got one of the greatest Dolby Digital soundtracks probably on the format. I bought a squeeze copy of that movie just so I could hear it in discrete digital surround sound. So I'm going to follow it up with the signature collection Japanese box set copy of Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo.
I was surprised Rear Window didn't make any appearances yet.
Yeah.
I like Rear Window, but I get lost in Vertigo, and I love a movie that can just like wrap itself around me. And there's just a lot of like picturesque summertime photography of, the bridge and all of the location shoots in Vertigo. Again, it's a beautiful story with a lot of twists and turns. It's almost a little cold and weird, which kind of sets it against its kind of warm, bright photography. I don't know, I'm a big fan. I had to give a presentation on this movie in college, so it's kind of sat in my brain ever since.
Yeah, it's my favorite film of all time.
Not gonna drop a bomb.
Vertigo rips. I have nothing but good things to say about that movie. My mother doesn't get it, and I feel bad for her.
My wife doesn't like it either, so
And then,
I'm alone in the house.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I watched Vertigo on the ship last year, and everyone says it's great. I love it.
It is. Yeah, best film of all time.
Yeah, it has the.
So you're on the right path.
It has the. She literally says falling in love with you was not part of the plan. I'm like, come on. I hate that. I hate that trope in movies. It's so silly. That's it.
Spoiler alert.
But there's no one who does it better than Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah.
That's like his most coldly, weirdly romantic movie.
Yeah.
All of his other movies, they have just straightforward, like tangible romances, where this one's kind of goofy, kind of uncomfortable,
Disturbing.
Like there's no comfort to be found in the romance in Vertigo.
No.
Again, because
Really?
it's a very cold movie. You know, there's murder, there's mystery, and it's set against this just warm, bright San Francisco summer month. At least I assume it's summer. I don't know the West Coast. It's bright there all the time. I don't think you guys have nighttime. I was in Los Angeles a couple of years ago. I'm suspicious of whether or not you guys know what day or nighttime actually is.
For real, there's
some
some.
at 8 o'clock. So
Well, you've never lived in a northeast nighttime winter month. That's true darkness.
Yeah, there's some movies on my potential list. I'm like, wait, these are just shot in L.A. Like, a lot of these movies just look like they're in summer all the time, even if they were shot in February.
yep.
And I had to do some research. I'm like, no shit, that takes place in like October.
Oh yeah.
Well, like when you only have one season, it is summer.
Well, we get like
you know,
we get like winter adjacent, and then
you
like
get like rain,
spring-ish, and
right?
then sure
Yeah.
summer. That's
Yeah.
basically what
Sometimes the leaves get a little wilty.
yeah. That's
It'll
just
suck.
summer.
Did it
And
snow
then
at
they
all?
just crisp up for the rest of the year. Just they
Yeah.
just burn in that dry. At least it's
Yeah.
dry. When I was in Los Angeles, it was very dry heat.
Yes.
So it was a little
Not
bit
like
more
Florida.
manageable.
Yeah,
Whereas,
better than
yeah.
Houston.
Rochester's heat is 100% humidity. So I do have one more to round out my 5.
All right, let's go for it.
And I want to bring to the table The Lion King.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not because I like The Lion King. I actually
Oh, we know you
don't
do.
like The Lion King at all. It is literally my least
You don't like
favorite
Lion
90s Disney movie.
Hey, that's
I
a
don't
Luke
like
move.
I don't like any of the music. I like the villain song. Is Be Prepared? That's the one in this one. It's one of those movies that
Matata? You don't like Hakuna Matata?
it like permeated my brain against my will growing up. But I chose it as the last one to round off my summer list because the previous 90s Disney films were all winter movies. They came out in September, November. They were all very winter, Christmassy releases. And The Lion King was the first one to drop in June. And it shifted Disney's release patterns for the rest of the 90s. They became summer event movies. So the ones that I actually do love, Pocahontas, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, all of these movies through Tarzan and beyond were these big summer movies. And so I figure, The Lion King, I don't like it. I could probably write an essay that no one would want to read about why I don't love the movie.
Do it.
But Game Respects
No boss.
Game, it grossed, $800 million some odd dollars at the box office, and it shifted Disney towards becoming a summer company, which they then decided was stupid. And now Star Wars movies are December movies, and
Yeah.
I've never forgiven them. I almost threw a Star
Wait, they're
Wars in
making
here,
new
but
ones?
I almost threw a Star Wars in there, but I thought it would be low-hanging fruit. I don't think you need to hear one other LaserDisc aficionado talk about goddamn Star Wars.
Which Star Wars would you call as a summer
It's always
movie?
somewhere on Tatooine, baby.
I would go with the
Always play with that, so
first one.
Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry.
Endor's kind of summery too, right?
I'm gonna refrain, except that the beginning of Star Wars is basically all of American graffiti, that longing for something greater, just boiled down into a half-hour first act, and then
So New
yeah,
Hope.
I'm gonna go with a new. If I had to pick one for the summer, they all came out in May.
Sure,
but-
I'm good. I'm
But
good
A New
with that.
Hope is the one that I feel has the purest thesis statement of a young boy just on the edge of adulthood, yearning for something greater. And I think a lot of people
Right.
associate summertime with something greater. When you're in school, you want to get the hell out of school and you want to go do ambitious things over the summer. When you're an adult, it's usually when people take their vacations, unless they do things in the winter like sickos. I'm a teacher by trade, so summer to me is that freedom to do what I want and kind of do more ambitious things. So that's why I would pick the first Star Wars as my summer movie. Again, I tried to
episode
hold
1?
it back. I'm sending.
Misa feeling summer.
I have your address. I'm sending a pipe bomb with that. You're never gonna get your Silence of the Lambs. You're gonna get Silence of the Pipe Bomb.
Oh, well, I'm just kidding. I'm
So I
all
sent you
about
the
that.
CAV one on accident. Oops.
Dun, dun, dun.
Not
All
funny.
right, stop
That's
fighting,
not funny.
everybody.
Okay, here we go. Top 5 summer movies, or movies that have a summer vibe. Now, I'm sure this has probably been claimed, but it's the only movie on the list with summer in the title. It is Savage Steve Holland's One Crazy Summer. The third in the Savage Steve Holland trilogy, actually the second, because I count How I Got Into College as the third. There's Better Off Dead, One Crazy Summer, and How I Got Into College. Great example of the genre, the 80s summer movie genre. Absolutely top 5. This was hard. I picked this one from the summer of 1989 because it was an amazing year at the box office. And it was a sort of peak time where summer movies actually meant big blockbusters and you looked forward to summer. They still do to some extent, but around that time, especially 89, there was just an embarrassment of riches. I would have held up Batman, but I actually, for some reason, don't have it on LaserDisc. Don't tell Spencer. So I went with my other favorite movie of that summer, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. There are days when I like this more than Raiders. It's certainly better than Temple of Doom. It's got it all. Have to have all 3 on laser. Nice gatefold. Number 3. Summer of 1978. Heavy rotation on every stoop in the Bronx. The Grease soundtrack. This is a great AC3 THX edition of Grease. It's really the only thing any kid listened to that summer, 77 actually. I was, I guess around 8 or 9 yet, and it's rated PG, but yet I still would not even think of showing it to my kids yet, because then I'd have to explain a lot of things. Not only content-wise, but mainly why there are 35-year-old high school kids. Number 2. Now, I'm going to assume someone else picked this. Actually, I'm going to hope everyone else on this podcast picked this, because if they didn't, I'd have to seriously question their credentials. It's the only movie I own 4 copies of on LaserDisc, because it was the first. Jaws. One of the best movies ever made, period. You can't get more summer than Jaws. It is quintessential viewing for everyone of any age, really. And nothing says summer like Amity, 4th of July. That's the CAV, then again, the CLV, regular MCA, Universal cover, and then of course, the big Jaws box, signature collection. You all know this, you all know what's in here, but in case you don't, I will show you what the complete set, looks like 4 discs, is it? Yeah, this one's complete with the novel, of course, and the John Williams CD. Beautiful. And if you've paid any attention at all to this podcast, to me, to LaserDisc Forever, you can probably tell me what the number 1 summer movie on my list is. Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing. In the amazing Criterion triple gatefold CAV edition. Having grown up in the Bronx, you know, in those years pre-air conditioning, you'd stay outside and you'd sit on the stoop, and no film captures the heat of summer quite like this. Ernest Dickerson, the DP, did a lot of viewing of Lawrence of Arabia because he really wanted to get the feel of heat on film. It's easy to show cold. Plenty of movies can show freezing cold, but to show heat correctly, it's hard to do, and this movie captures that beautifully. I just watched In the Heights, which definitely takes some cues from this. 1989, The Number, another summer. Fight the power.
Time to stop fighting and start fighting. It's a Wolfpick Throwdown. Let's do this. All right. Because thankfully nobody picked any of these. And we're going to keep it a little lighthearted, but still summery, because what you do in the summer is you go out and you play goofy golf or regular golf. So there's a potential here. Is it going to be a late release versus a DTS release? So it's not going to be all open mat stuff. Caddyshack versus Happy Gilmore. Throwdown. What do you got, Ryan?
That's good.
Man, that's tough.
I know. I hate myself for making that choice.
They're like generational like comedies in the same genre.
And
Like,
yeah.
man, I got to go with Caddyshack though.
All right. I mean, it was the first, so
Maxine?
This is really difficult.
I know. I'm sorry.
I think I'll also go with Caddyshack.
All right. Good
It's
choice.
tough. It's too tough.
It's got the gopher.
It doesn't go.
And
And it's the, and I'm all right. Nobody.
Yeah,
works
Kitty
for me.
Loggins. Yeah.
Kenny Loggins.
Loggins.
What do you got, Luke?
It would be fun if you did Caddyshack 1 and Caddyshack 2.
That would have been a little easier.
Because what they say about the best golf movie is Caddyshack, and the worst golf movie is Caddyshack 2. That's first off, fuck you for that, for asking.
No,
me this.
I hate my past self too.
That's a hard one.
Past me as a total dick.
That's hard. I've probably seen Happy Gilmore more,
Same.
but I bet Caddyshack is better. Yeah.
All right, Chris. Now you can be like, I never saw these movies.
I have to default to Caddyshack because
Okay.
I have never seen Happy Gilmore.
Oh.
I gotta go.
I waged a war for most of my life against Adam Sandler movies because I hated what he put out when I was.
These views are unaffiliated with the Wolfpack.
Yeah.
Disclaimer across the bottom.
You know, this will be my last guest spot on the podcast, so I better make this count and spew as much vitriol as possible.
Go for it.
First time
I
I've
don't
ever
know,
wanted to use the mute button.
Again, when I was growing up, when I was in elementary school in the mid 2000s, Adam Sandler's output wasn't that great. You know,
What are you talking about?
Views are unaffiliated.
I didn't like 8 Crazy Nights. I didn't like Little Nicky. All of these movies kind of put me off, so I never went back. And
That's a technical foul.
I never went back, and I didn't see Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison until I was like 24 years old. So I don't have like a nostalgic connection.
Yeah, it was the wrong time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Whereas I would say, what's the last good Adam Sandler movie? Everybody.
The last good one?
Not you. You hate them all.
I don't hate them all. You need to let me redeem myself. Okay, this is
I would say Little Nicky. After post Little Nicky, Mr. Deeds, I was done.
I watched that movie in college and it made me want to die.
Yeah.
Which one?
Little Nicky.
Mr. Deeds?
Little Nicky's weird.
Oh, Little Nicky, it was decent.
Weird, yeah. Click is weird.
Quentin Tarantino's
It
in there
has
for
some moments.
reason.
I literally just watched Click yesterday. So
Yeah, it just gets
I
so
like
heavy.
Click is
Click-
decent,
Click-
yeah.
Click
Yeah.
has a lot of layers to it that you don't expect from Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, it gets very, It's a Wonderful Life. At some point, I'm like, whoa, what's going on here?
You can kind of see the shift because he did did he do what, Funny People afterwards, which was kind of a somber movie?
Yeah, that one's hit or miss with me too.
That was a while after, yeah.
I didn't love the second
But
half.
Whatever.
the one, the Halloween one that just came out on Netflix last
You mean
year was
Halloween?
Hubie. That was good. Yeah.
Oh, I did. I mean, enjoy is not the right word, but Uncut Gems, I enjoyed.
oh yeah, that
That
was
was
great.
tension and anxiety building, unlike
Yeah.
anything I've sat in a movie theater for.
It's a panic attack in film form. Yeah.
Murder Mystery was fun too.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah. All right. There you go. All right. I'm going to go with, as much as I hate myself for it, because I mean, I really, really love Happy Gilmore. So I don't want to like kick it to the curb, but Caddyshack was, a seminal film in growing up. That was like one of those movies that was on HBO when I was at my grandparents' house, and like nobody changed the channel because the adults were getting off on it too. And they're like, we'll just ignore the fact that this kid is watching it with us. And I was just like, this is the most amazing thing. There's duty in the pool. And
The scene. I watched Caddyshack with my family when I was like 9 years old, and I had the remote, so I kept on rewinding the Babe Ruth in the pool scene until my dad literally came over and ripped the remote from my hands because I was like, "This is the greatest."
I even wrote in my fourth grade. I wrote Caddyshack fanfic for my creative writing, and
Do you still have it?
I do somewhere. I will find
Please,
it.
read that.
We need a
Add
transcript.
it to
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
A
I will send that.
dramatic
Podcast.
reading at the next episode.
Yeah.
No, add it to
Can you,
this
can
episode.
you dictate it to us?
I will see if I can find it during the move. I think it's in a bin in the closet, and I'll get
Chevy
that back to you.
Chase kisses Bill Murray deep with tongue.
Well, that was the other thing too, is I couldn't remember all the character names. So I knew Ty, but I just called Ted Knight because I couldn't remember his character name. So I'd be like, and then Ted Knight rolls up.
Oh my god, I have
Yeah.
seen this.
My fourth grade teacher was very lenient, so I thank him for that.
Love
So
it.
Probably like Caddyshack. That's why.
yeah, he's probably like, this is the best thing ever. Yeah.
Reminds me of all the trash that I wrote. I wrote an 8-page story about my first LaserDisc player in high school.
Man, that's creative writing.
Cool
I
with
like
a
it.
capital C. As
Yeah,
in,
buddy.
See you later. Nobody wants to deal with this nonsense.
You get a check plus. All right, so it looks like Happy Gilmore got kicked to the curb. Sorry, Happy. Better luck next time. Go back to your home. No, you're not too good for it. Let's go into recent spins. What are we gonna do? What have I spun? A couple things that I'd gotten in the mail recently. I spun up Dark City because it's not very summery at all. It's mostly dark and gloomy and dreary. And but yeah, I wanted to see how it held up on LaserDisc because I watched that damn DVD snapper so many times. And surprise, it looks fantastic on LaserDisc. So it really stands up very well. So yeah, it was great. I'm just a big fan of the film, and it was fun revisiting it. And then I watched a little cliffhanger just because, you got to go up on the mountains and get some action with Michael Rooker. And oh man, this movie is just so much fun. John Lithgow is just eating up the sceneries. He's hamming up so hard. And just, so much cheese, so much great stuff.
How was the Muse quality?
It's fantastic. This is like one of the better Muse ones. Like because it's funny because on standard def, it never really looked good on too many of the incarnations. I haven't seen the squeeze version yet, but I'm assuming that's okay. But yeah, the mountainscapes and everything look fantastic, and the opening and it's not a ton of colors and stuff, but like the red rescue helicopter really pops. And again, it looks like LaserDisc, but it's all the details background, like the blinds and the like the Treasury Department's offices and stuff like that. All that stuff that would normally alias like crazy is just razor straight. So looks great, sounds great, and it's just so much fun. I love when was it Leon gets spiked on the ceiling when the cave fight between him and Stallone. So good. Just over the top fun. So watch that. And just for Chris, I watched Star Wars A New Hope, not because of summer. And I grabbed this one just because it's really easy to pull this one off the shelf for some reason. And it looks fantastic. But I'm changing over to a 2.35:1 like constant height screen for the new apartment. So I wanted to test it. So I did some Blu-rays. I watched some Hobbit stuff where I just, zoomed in so that it spilled across my wall a little bit more. And I wanted to see how LaserDisc held up that huge. And I was completely blown away by how good this looked. Like it was bigger than ever. And I was noticing all these details and things on the walls behind, Luke Skywalker and stuff. So I don't know. I thought I was just smoking crack that night because I'm like, there's no way. I just zoomed in and I made LaserDisc like, I don't know, 127 inches and it's better than it is normally on my 16:9 screen. So I had fun with that. Then what else? I watched a crap ton of Gundam. So I left the other outer box over there, but I almost finished too. But I did the first box, the part 1, and I finally started second box, which man, it's just the main hero character Amuro. He just keeps getting his ass kicked like by fate, and I mean this other officer that he's kind of keen on, and he's hoping that maybe someday they'll be able to get together, and she just gets crushed in the hands of another mobile suit like immediately, and he's like, oh damn, my not girlfriend just died. And then like a couple episodes later he finds out she was engaged anyways, and he meets her, her fiance, or says he was her fiance. I was like, man, this guy just can't catch any breaks. But yeah, it just gets really intense. Everything starts wrapping up.
Are you watching that with a Genlock?
No, I'm just raw dogging it and trying to understand what I can. And then when usually like maybe after like 2 or 3 episodes, I'll go back to like a wiki page and I'll just kind of read a synopsis. So so I'm raw dogging it.
So you talked before that you're trying to learn Japanese. How's your Japanese? How's your? You said you're trying to read it, but you're trying to learn to understand it too, or no?
Yeah, originally I just wanted to learn to understand it, but then the reading kind of came in. When I started doing like Duolingo and things like that, like they throw reading in there anyways. So originally, I just wanted to be able to understand it, but now, so now it's cool because I can read the opening theme song, and it's got the it's got the subtitles actually for the theme song, so I can actually read along with it and go, oh, I know what that says now. So it's pretty cool. So we're getting there. Yeah, so I only have 3 episodes left. It's like starting now. It's getting into these, the new types. It's basically the characters that have the force. Amuro and this girl that they introduce a little bit later on. She's got some ass kicking force powers. And so we're getting there. 3 episodes left. Big finale. So
God, you're gonna love it. The finale of that show is excellent. I was very satisfied. I watched that last year during quarantine.
Man, I was gonna watch it last night too. I was like, I'm gonna be totally caught up by the time of the podcast, but other things happen. So anyways, what have you been watching, Ryan?
I was watching some DVDs, but
Boo.
no. I mean, I did watch a few, but we'll talk about those later. I watched some other movies, like Summer Camp Nightmare.
Yes.
This one's not bad. It's a little slow at times. It's Lord of the Flies-esque. Kind of cool. I like any of these old Embassy ones. I just think that they're usually unique and worth checking out. But I don't know, one of the main things that like drives the plot forward, I kind of question it, and I don't want to give it away because I'm not gonna drop spoilers, but the way that he obtains this, why was it even there? So
I remember Moiki talked about that one a long time. So whenever I see it, he said, whatever, it's not that great. So whenever I see it, I'm like, I don't need that.
I mean, it's cool, don't get me wrong. And
is there good kill scenes? There's a lot of gore, or
no, it's kind of it's a lot more drama. So speaking of drama,
Hell yes.
It's just great. I contemplated doing all baseball movies.
Of course.
But
that's an option.
It is a good option, but I just decided to watch Bull Durham and call it a day because once you watch one Kevin Costner baseball movie, you can watch 2 others and they're totally different and still enjoyable. I watched this, but Sam talked about it, so we'll just keep going.
Which one was it? I missed it.
Dazed and Confused.
Oh yeah.
I watched The Karate Kid.
Yeah.
And just a little bit of speckling on the end of side 2. Still an enjoyable film, and I know that people want to say that after the TV series that Ralph Macchio's the bad guy. He's not. The other guys are totally the bad guys. It's okay.
So the TV show, so it doesn't work because at the very end of the Karate Kid, like the last. Oh no, Sam's.
Sorry, I killed my camera. I'm back.
So the very last line of the Karate Kid, he says, whatever his name is, Ralph Macchio, you're all right, is like the last line, And so the whole the TV show is based around like he hating him that whole time. But it's like, wait a minute, he was okay.
I think that like they could have framed it like because of that he became a dick, but he wasn't this. He was just a kid that had a crush on a girl, and that was about it.
Yeah.
And also didn't want to get his ass kicked. So.
Yeah, maybe he was cool with Ralph Macchio for like a day or two. Then like 2 days later, he's like, you know what? Fuck that guy.
Yeah, totally. I watched Risky Business.
Yes.
This is
nice.
This is definitely a family-friendly feature for sure.
Yes, 100%.
I watched that with my family, and we ignored each other.
Yeah.
As you should.
That's a wild movie.
It really is. I hadn't seen it before, and I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Hell yeah, great score too.
Yep, definitely. And then I did watch Truck Turner. This is just badass. Anytime you give Isaac Hayes a gun and let him go around shooting things and beating people up, like, sign me up. Get me 12 more of these. If anything he did could have been on LaserDisc for sure. But yeah, so highly recommended if you can track it down. All right, Maxeene.
Okay. So I heard this movie had a shark in it, so I watched it.
Yeah, apologies to Altman for the lack of sharks so far.
I know. I figured there would be other sharks, so I didn't go sharks.
I did the same thing, but
I at least got this shark film in there.
Does he have the shark spray in the movie?
yeah, the
There's
bat shark
spray.
repellent.
Yes,
Oh,
the shark
nice.
repellent.
No, yeah,
And
he
the,
had a TV show too for like one episode.
Punching the shark off his leg.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quality. It's really quality. I was very much into that. I also watched
Yeah.
Best Chad McQueen as a Pizza Boy fight scene movie.
Somebody to choose from.
It's very hard, but this, love this one. So good. Chad McQueen. Whew. And then
He's
I
the
watched
best McQueen.
Trancers.
Nice.
Lightning
I
McQueen
had
is the
originally
best,
thought this was going to be more summer oriented because it's July in the future where he's coming from. But when he comes back to the 80s, it's suddenly December. And
Oh.
he's even confused by that. And I was really confused by that. And of course, they're in LA, so it looks
Yeah.
like summer.
It looks
So
like summer. Yep.
it's December. It's literally, she gives him a Christmas present. It could be freaking straight up mid-July, like
Yeah.
not even questioning it. And they're in a convertible and it's December. It's
Yeah.
very accurate. So yeah, this was really good. This is a pretty unfortunate rotter, and this was just a little bit, but nothing too bothersome. So I watched that all.
Tim
and then I have
Thomerson.
one, he's and freaking
Man.
Helen Hunt.
Yeah.
Helen Hunt is the love interest. Whew, so good. And I have in my player, which I rudely forgot. So
Make it work for me.
sorry.
all
Yeah,
good.
I put Back to the Beach in there.
Ah.
And yeah, the cover looks really good. The description sounded really good. And I did not finish it yet because it was a lot more confusing than I remembered it being. So I was like, I'm not in the right mind like set to like finish this right now. So I'm coming back to it. But
For Back to the
haven't-
Beach, really?
yeah. It
Wow.
was like, it was just like, I don't know what it was, but I
The one
just,
with Pee-wee and,
it's the Frankie, no, it starts out,
Funicello?
I know, it's Frankie and Annette, and they're just both really just like, they're just not like peak them, you know? They feel like dull them in the beginning, and it was like hard. I'm like, I'm gonna have to like get past this because I know it gets better. I've seen it before, and I
Yeah.
haven't seen it in a long time, so.
Good choice for the bands and movies because Fishbones and the Beach. Scene.
Oh, I know, but I just like I watched like part of the first side, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna watch something else. So I watched Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
All right. I love some Back to the Beach stuff, so I'll wrap
No,
it.
yes, I'm gonna finish it.
All right.
It has to redeem itself. I wasn't in the right headspace for it.
Fair enough.
What'd you watch, Luke?
Okay, so I'm gonna show them an order that I watched.
Chronological. I like it.
Yeah, which doesn't. I mean, who cares? But whatever.
Our viewers care.
Unlike your top
Yeah, no
five.
viewers don't care. I mean, here we go.
Tell us how much you care right now in the chat. And go.
And nobody cares.
No, look, they're lighting it up. We love Luke. We want to hear his thoughts in chronological order.
Wait, why are they donating to Sam?
Just don't worry about it, baby.
All right, first one that I watched. I've had this disc for a long time. I got it in Japan, and it looked crazy, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to get it. And it's a movie called Charlie Varick from 1973. It is a Don Siegel movie, and it stars Walter Matthau in a serious role. It's like his first serious role. This movie was gritty. It was great. It was an awesome 70s movie. Walter Matthau robs a bank at the very beginning, and it's just how, he's trying to get away, and then these people are trying to get, the bank is trying to get their money back, whatever. It's just a solid 70s gritty movie. But what I really want to talk about is this cover. Like, you know, Japanese covers are crazy, but this one is particularly crazy because this is like one scene in the movie where this is his partner. This is not Charlie Varrick. This is not Walter Matthau's Charlie Varrick. And it's where, you know, he finds him dead for like a split second. And it's just like, let's put that on the cover. Let's go with that. And it's ridiculous. And then he does drive a plane. He's like a crop duster or whatever in the movie. But if you want to get into some 70s movie, this was very enjoyable. Yeah. All right. Let's see. There was a big discussion on our secret chat about Western movies, and it all started with me watching Silverado.
Western Top 5 coming to your screen soon.
Yeah, I won't be there because I know nothing about them, but I did.
1 through 5, Silverado.
Yeah, then Silverado. This movie, it was, you know, it's made in what, 85?
Yeah,
you know?
sounds right.
It's a classic.
Lawrence
80s,
Kasdan of everything
Yep.
Star Wars, Return,
Big Chill.
Jones. He made a Western. It starts out really strong. It starts out very good. You've got Scott Glenn waking up and people are trying to shoot him in his hut there. And I remember I was saying to my wife, I'm like, I want to live in a nice hut like that. I could do that. Why is he leaving his hut? Just go back there. And
is he also like 50 in that movie, Scott Glenn?
He always looks 50.
Seriously, dude
Pretty
looks
old.
50 his entire career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he was a kid, I'm sure he looked 50.
Yeah, he older than I'd play some late 50s. Kevin Kline is in there. He meets him in the desert, and he's like in his underwear, just dying. And
Of course.
Anyway, so then he busts old Kevin Costner's the best part of this movie, I thought. You know, he's very young, and he's the kid in the movie. He's very energetic, and he plays it physically well. And then Danny Glover's in there. And then other people are in there for like, it's kind of fun. It's like, oh, there's John Cleese. He's the sheriff of this town. That's cool. And then what's his face? Goddamn, what is his name? Jeff Goldblum. Hey, Jeff Goldblum, what's up? Like, what are you doing in this movie? It's
chaos theory.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you're watching a movie and there's Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. He just comes up, he says, I'm the gambler. And it's like, okay, cool. Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
And, anyway, it starts strong, it gets crazy, and then everybody like, you know, hates the same guy who is Brian Dennehy, which was fun. And then that's about it.
Can't hate the Dennehy.
Yeah, I'll never watch it again, but it was a fun watch, I think. Whatever.
Poster quote.
And I watch more of my Criterions. You know, I've very close to complete here, and I like, you know what, I need to watch these. So I'm starting with the more modern ones. You know, in 85 is it's as modern as we get. So
there you go.
Brings me to the next one that I watch is The Fisher King.
I just watched that not too long ago too. I forgot about that.
Great movie.
Yep.
Never seen it before. I did not really know what I was getting into. Reminded me a lot of the Oliver Stone movie.
Talk radio.
Yeah, talk radio a little bit. Yeah.
Yep.
I was talking to Benny about it. I was like, I don't want to shit on this movie because it didn't age well, but it's kind of your typical Terry Gilliam movie where it's like kind of a basic concept, like, oh, the good things are right in front of you, you know, you don't, but it kind of goes all over the place. I don't know. I don't remember much else about it. Jeff Bridges is great.
What a great review.
Yeah. Bridges, you know, you think about Jeff Bridges and you think of two movies. You think of Tron and you think of Big Lebowski, but he did a lot of movies, you know, and so it's good to see
Starman.
Robin Williams.
No, just 2 movies, Ryan. Stop thinking of Starman.
Nobody thinks Starman, Ryan.
Yeah.
Starman rips. Why are we sitting on Starman? Starman owns.
Even Chris is.
Robin Williams hangs dong. Rob
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
hangs.
That's the poster
I was like,
quote.
bravo.
spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to put that in every single one of your disc reviews, whether or not Robin Williams hangs dong from
Yay
now
or
on.
nay? Yeah.
It's a metric of quality.
So you know what? You should watch Fisher King. See,
Yeah, you should. It's fantastic.
so what did you like about, like, in a real, what do you like most about Fisher King?
Just the emotional journey of those two characters and just how they intersect. And yeah, so it's not about really the complexity of that situation or anything, but it's just, it's about, Jeff Bridges is just really fascinating and just such a dick. And of course he is just wallowing in his own, self-pity and just how, I don't know. And,
I agree. So I really did like how they, found each other, or whatever. The fact that, whatever, his wife was killed by something he, inadvertently did. I thought that was really cool, interesting. And then that scene where Jeff Bridges is about to kill himself by the bridge.
Oh,
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Come on.
And then he jumps off.
Jesus.
The aliens come, and that was really cool. Then
Starman!
here comes in.
There you go.
No, whatever. Close your ears if you don't want to hear these non-spoilers. Jeff Bridges by the bridge, and those two guys come, and their thing is like, we kill homeless people, and they have a thing of gasoline. I'm like, holy fuck, this movie. Like, this is crazy.
It does get randomly heavy. And when I saw it, I was rather young and just very, angsty. And, I thought I was Hamlet. Yeah. I was just very intense and moody. I was pre-emo, but it was, emo before emo. And like, I really just kind of tapped into that whole vibe of Robin Williams's pain and, what he went through. And then Socrates Poole from Briscoe County as the guy that goes crazy and comes in and shoots up the place and kills Robin Williams's, beloved. And it's just...
The Red Knight was great. I thought it looked great. Very amazing. Yeah,
very Terry Gilliam. It's like kind of connected to Brazil in ways with the fantasy sequences and everything. But I need to watch the Blu-ray. But the LaserDiscs.
He works at a video store, and
there you go. He works at a video store.
Yeah, and he has the Brazil posters and the Munchausen posters are on the wall. It's pretty cool.
Yep. And he wears that T-shirt, which what's it? It's a Japanese baseball player.
Yeah. And I was just telling my wife about, I was talking about the Big Lebowski, and then that scene came on. I'm like, holy, look at that. That's the shirt. That's the same shirt he wears in where he has to smoke a J. That's great. But it's like a very famous Japanese baseball player. Yeah. And he wore it in one other movie as well, which is pretty cool.
Cold Feet, I think, was the other one.
Never heard of it.
Which I've never seen.
I thought he was just in 3 movies, Starman and Tron.
Yeah. Now you know there's 3.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Good for him. Next movie I saw,
oh my god,
I'm not sure why I watched this one, but I watched
hell yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, it's very summer boating.
Yeah, summer in Vancouver.
They do, yeah. I mean, I guess so. Yeah, that's why I watched it. That's what I was doing, man.
Summer.
So this movie, you have a lot of hate for this movie because everybody says, oh, boo. He was only in Manhattan for like 15 minutes. Wrong.
Budget.
They were on Manhattan for 40 minutes. Okay. I looked at the time.
Kick the boombox. It's enough.
I rented that on VHS, and I remember me and my friends just staring at you like, what the fuck? When are they gonna get to New York?
So I was watching this movie, and 2 things I want to hit on. The ending is I'd forgotten all about the ending. So he gets hit with the toxic waste. They're down the sewer, and the guy's like, oh, why are you kids down here? Their sewer's gonna be filled with toxic waste in like 10 minutes.
Of course.
And then it happens, and then Jason gets hit with toxic waste, and he regresses back to like a little Jason. It's pretty weird. Yeah. But I was thinking with these Friday the 13th movies, and Chris, if you've never seen them, have you seen any Friday the 13th at all? These movies are like, they're so, like, what's going to happen. It's almost like your mother's cooking or something. Just like, it's so easy to watch, and just like, he's going to kill the people. This is going to happen. It's just like, and none of them are like super weird. Maybe Jason X varies off,
it's pretty weird.
That one's great.
That very standard, this is what's going to happen in every movie. And it's just, I don't know. I really like them. I rewatched 4 through 8. I need to go back and rewatch the first ones again soon.
Shout out to Kane Hodder.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Old Kane, who is in the next one, Jason Goes to Hell, as a security guard, where I think Jason kills Kane Hodder. I think.
Is anyone hanging dong in this movie? Or?
Yeah.
Lots of dong.
All right.
Robin Williams hang dong.
Yeah,
though.
is Robin Williams hanging dong?
Robin Williams comes in. Hey,
Just like,
hey, Jason.
It runs off the boat.
All right, last one. Sorry to go so long, but last one. I watched this morning. We got the day off because of Juneteenth, which is great. And my wife and daughter were still asleep, and I was like, I'm just going to put this on, and I did it. I watched the whole thing, which is a rarity, you know. It's I felt it's like an accomplishment. Like, yeah, fuck yeah, I can do this. I watched One False Move.
Oh, nice.
I know Sam talked about it the other week, and I had it, and I was like, you know, you pull it aside and like, okay, I'm gonna put this guy on. So has anybody else seen this movie? I know.
No.
Okay. So this movie really brings back the 90s for me. That time where like Billy Bob Thornton's, I think, first movie that he wrote it and he was in it. That kind of amateur screenplay. Like, I'm going to write a screenplay. Billy Bob did it. I'm going to do it too.
Do it yourself, man.
Yeah, it's in no way I would call it a classic, but it's enjoyable. Like it's, you know, it was good. Again, I'm not going to shit on this movie, even though this scene right here never
go down like that
in the movie.
Yeah.
No.
Like there is a scene with the cop.
Well,
but
she
kills
the cop, not him.
Spoiler.
Whoa.
So yeah,
That's
the
Billy Bob there.
the scene on the poster doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't know who that person is. Whatever.
Yeah.
There were some funny moments in this movie. I don't know if you remember, Sam, but again, I don't care about spoilers. When the 5-year-old kid is the only one that they're like, oh, is this happened? And he's like, no. And then really, oh yeah, I did. They're like, okay, come on, 5-year-old kid, get in the car and show us.
Yeah, let's go to the crime scene. I like that. They're like, did your brother tell you to say that? And he's like, yep.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go for a ride, Junior.
But and it's over dramatic. I mean, the last scene with Bill Paxton and the little kid. I'm like, come on. That's and just their whole storyline was another thing that I really enjoyed was that is missing in movies, I think, but more in TV shows, just interracial like this was a very interracial cast. You know, I think in TV now it's getting better, but like in movies, it's in the 90s I may have gone out with my first girlfriend because I thought Pulp Fiction was cool when Quentin Tarantino had the African-American girlfriend. I just, anyway. So yeah, I One False Move. There you go.
I love the third guy in the trio of criminals there, about how like they're always on the run, but he's like dressed to the nines all the time. I'm like, dude, you might want to put on a t-shirt or something like that. He's just the coolest dude, man. He's just always
the smart
one that's always stabbing everyone. Yeah, he's the smart guy. Yeah, he's so great.
And then it's like, just kill him. Like, why? I say this a lot. Like, just why doesn't he kill Billy Bob and just take whatever? And
just Billy Bob is a liability. Yeah. Spoiler alert. All right, good choices. Sorry we talked about Fisher King so much, but
dong. Dang it.
Listen, that's gonna be my metric for each of the movies that I've watched.
What do you watch, Chris?
So I mean, I don't watch as much LaserDisc as much as I do move LaserDiscs around my house these days.
All right, what'd you move from side A to side B?
But I did watch a couple. I watched a lot of anime. I'm here to poison the podcast. I know the anime episode was like January.
Hey, but dude, I've been watching nothing but Gundam, so
yeah. So it's just like I get together with a couple of friends on Friday nights because this is what we were doing. We were all in our kind of own quarantine pod now. We're all vaccinated, so we're having a good time. But we've been watching Sailor Moon, which is, I wouldn't say it's the most substantial work of art, but just like what Luke was saying with the routine and that comfort in it. There's brilliance in the comfort of the routine of that program, This past Friday, we went through Sailor Moon S, the movie. All of the Sailor Moon movies so far have been pretty terrible, but
excellent. Good to hear.
I would say that I would pull down the box for Sailor Moon S because I actually thought the program was brilliant, but the movies are always they're really, you've got about 20 minutes of material, enough for like a good episode of the TV program, and then they just stretch it and repeat bits. And this one was strange. It has just music and sound effects on the digital tracks. So it took us about 3 seconds to figure out what the heck was going on.
I've got something like that where there's like music and effects on the right channel, but then the left channel is dialogue, and yeah.
And that's kind of what I expected. Like one would be one or the other, not just I have to switch my receiver into analog mode. I wasn't ready for it. Let's see. I mean, Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon. How many movies are there?
So
and how many?
There's five. There's 5 seasons of the program. You got Sailor Moon R, S, Super S, and then Sailor Stars. I have all of those. They're literally up here. We're gonna get through them. We're about to start Super S next week. We took our Friday off because I'm here. Can't watch anime and be on a podcast, although I'm sure I could make it work.
Yeah, you could do it. We believe in you.
There's a movie for R, which was a waste of time.
All right.
There's a movie for S, a waste of time.
What did those letters refer to? What is R?
So Sailor Moon R doesn't mean anything. It's just maybe Sailor Moon Returns. Sailor Moon S is Sailor Moon Super. Yep. Sailor Moon Super S, I'm assuming is Super S, yeah. And then Sailor Stars is just it's the last season of the program. But we watch them. We watch them gen locked. We've used a variety of subtitles. We're having a good time. Just good vibes all around. The program's great.
Cool, man.
The movies are cash grabs. Very soulless. They feel very. I feel like you know those script generators where you put in like 10 episodes of a TV program and then an AI writes a script. That's what the movies feel like. They're not painful. They're just nothing to me. I want to watch the next season of the program. The next thing I watched, Luke was so gracious to send me a box of Criterion movies about a month ago. He's really helping me fill out my Criterion library. I fell off like the first 3 years that I collected LaserDisc. I was all about the Criterion, but he sent me a copy of This is Spinal Tap with beautiful ringwear and everything. It's just
yeah,
and he kept the guitar pick and everything. What a guy!
There's a very lived-in feel to this copy of the movie.
There's no Obi strip or nothing.
So this
guitar picks are lame.
So last summer I watched a lot of Christopher Guest's mockumentaries.
Oh yeah,
Best in Show, A Mighty Wind, a lot of those, and I really enjoyed them. So I sat down. I'm like, this is gonna kick ass because I really liked those movies. I actually thought this one was a little too dry and a little too documentary and not enough like mockumentary.
You're not affiliated with the podcast.
It's what all of his stuff is.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but there were times where it's like
backwards.
Yeah, you went backwards. Yeah.
Did I go backwards? What?
Yeah.
Did I break something?
Yeah.
No. Like it's the first one. Like all of his movies are kind of based off that. Like that was
what I can see here is that this one didn't have a lot of like Christopher Guest didn't like direct this one. It was Rob Reiner, and Rob Reiner is not one of my favorite filmmakers.
He's not well.
I like what he did with The Princess Bride, and I like
The Sure Thing.
I like that. And I like A Few Good Men.
Stand By Me. Yeah.
I think Maxeene just I'm going to murder you.
Yeah.
I mean that's fun. I mean what is it's fun to bring in someone who challenges what you like.
No, it's fine.
Discussion.
We're just so used to Luke shitting on us that like now we're getting twice.
I've come to bring a little bit of salt. I'm adding a little bit of salt to the mix here.
No, go for it. We love it.
This movie's fine. I didn't have a lot of love for it, but I like Spinal Tap a lot. Their music in general is just cheesy and
You need to
self-aware
watch
enough.
the 6-hour version to really appreciate it. 6
Listen,
hour.
listen. I'm done with 6-hour versions. I watched the 4-hour Justice League, and I'm done with extended bullshit. Don't show me the Lord of the Rings extended cuts. I will kill you.
Yeah, you need the 8-inch that Ryan has.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, the Christopher Guest, I don't know if you saw it, the TV show on HBO, I think Family Tree with Chris
Yeah, it was
O'Dowd.
great.
I haven't seen that one.
It got
myself.
cut off too
Yeah.
soon. Like it would have been.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Another thing that I picked up recently and I watched joylessly, but I love this movie, Speed. I got the THX.
Dolby Digital.
Yeah, I got the
I'll see
THX American Dolby Digital pressing of
Score.
Speed to complement my. God, I have the Japanese one. It's missing. I tried to find it earlier because I love that pressing. It's the Japanese AC3. It's got a blue little like best of Obi. It's MIA. Speed owns.
Yeah, it does.
If anyone came to talk shit about Speed, I would throw them down a flight of stairs. That's how much I love Speed. I'm not gonna hate on this one at all. I got nothing but good things to say. It's very loud, very aggressive, fun AC3 track. It's one of those like Fox pressings. There's a bunch of secret little AC3 late issues. Last of the Mohicans got an AC3 repressing. That's very impressive. But Speed, I love that movie. Let's see what else.
It's common because everybody wanted it because it kicks ass.
Yeah, it's one of those like when you look at the LaserDisc database's top 100, you're not going to see a whole bunch of duds up there. They're for crowd pleasers and they're there for a reason.
Yep.
I find myself sometimes when I'm like grading papers, I will put on Princess Mononoke as God. How do you frame? I need to like shoot this from a different room next time because it's just like
I just tilted until maybe it works. I don't know.
LaserDisc. This was like the second Japanese LaserDisc I ever purchased.
The AC3 owns on that.
Yeah, it is one of the greatest technical discs I've ever like owned. I calibrate every analog setup with Princess Mononoke. I've seen the movie so many times. I know the Japanese like dialogue by heart. I don't watch it with subtitles because I just understand this movie deeply to my core. In fact, I don't like the English localization of this movie.
Yeah, I just watch it in Japanese.
Billy Bob, come on, Billy Bob's in it.
It's good. It's a talented cast for sure.
Billy Bob's take on the character that he plays is just polar opposite of what the actual character is in the original presentation of the film, and it just rubs me the wrong way. And Claire Danes just listen. I have a lot of deep feelings. I've watched this movie probably 200 times over the last 10 years.
Respect.
It's one of my like comfort food movies. And I think, it's one of the better comfort food movies that I have in my library because there's actually some meat and some substance to it. Like I watched Pocahontas 30 times in one summer when I was feeling pretty down about myself.
Damn.
And that movie is just grade A trash with beautiful music. It is my favorite Disney movie. And that's what I'm going to say. It's like it comes from a place of love. But I didn't bring Pocahontas with me because I haven't watched it in a while. Maxine, I feel like I'm just constantly just breaking you into pieces.
Seeing the head shakes and the
see
everything you love.
Everyone else here, we kind of have our own secret chat. They know where I stand on a lot of this stuff.
Yep.
You're hearing this fresh for the first time. I am the meanest to the things that I love the most. The Pocahontas CAV box set is one of my most treasured LaserDiscs.
Gorgeous, yeah.
It's just, and I have every pressing of Pocahontas. I have the DTS. I have both the Japanese bilingual and the AC3. It is like, I am the hardest on things that I love, and I could write an essay about it. But I also recently rewatched the archive.
One of the three
Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, one of the three Jeff Bridges movies that exists. It's the only one with a really big door. I see you over there, Ryan, with your smile. Is that an 8-inch LaserDisc?
It's
Yeah, it's
small.
break like the wind.
glove. They
Yeah.
talk about it in the movie.
I'm
Smell the
sorry, you know, I didn't. I have
That's a
terrible
must-have.
functioning
Fran
memory.
Drescher is
Must
mad
have.
about it.
But
Must
I'm gonna say Tron.
Maybe that's something else.
Tron is a technical masterpiece. It was photographed entirely in large format film, which was a rare thing for the 80s. It is just this wildly entertaining nonsense movie. Its interpretation of how computers work is just so someone who
Interesting.
wrote this movie has never used a computer or written software for a computer, and it's just the most beautiful, like naive, like innocent take on how computers are if you get down
And the
inside
master
them.
controller. All right.
MCP.
David Warner
Oh,
is
yeah.
one of my favorite like villain character actors, and just he chews everything apart in this movie
Hell
in
yeah.
a beautiful way. You know, about 6 years ago, I wrote a whole bunch of Blu-ray reviews for a website, and I did a whole series on like all of my favorite 70mm features. And Tron isn't always the most popular movie that pops up, so I don't think people know that it was a large format movie. But all of the live action, like outside of the computer sequences, were shot in Super Panavision 70, and they're just very rich and beautiful and sharp. And then once you get inside the computer, they shot all of that footage on a format called VistaVision. I don't know how technical minded everyone here is. We don't really
Just
talk
like Vertigo.
about, yeah, it's
everyone knows what
it's
you're talking about.
VistaVision. They shot it in black and white, and then they shipped it off to Southeast Asia, where they hand tinted every frame of the movie. And so it's just like, this is one of the best looking LaserDiscs I've ever owned.
Great. I love the side break too. I think it's at the end of side one where they're at Flynn's and like they decide that they're going to go and it's just perfect timing.
You know, I wish I had the American box because most of the supplementals are fully localized into Japanese.
Oh, okay.
This disc owns. If you don't have it, you're making a huge mistake. You'll never open the giant door.
Yeah, where is
it?
I
have a lot of love for Tron, and about once a year I watch its sequel on Blu-ray, and
Tron
I
2.
just
Return of Tron.
I put my if we're talking Tron 2.0, we can talk about the console and PC game, but this isn't a Tron podcast.
It can be. I'll talk Tron Legacy,
and then,
man.
And then the last thing I want
to say something about Tron real quick.
Tron
okay,
cast.
Go ahead. Yeah, Tron cast.
I love when I was on the ship, I would go to sleep in my rack while watching a movie, and Tron was one of the ones that I would turn on to go to sleep every night.
Nice.
So I know the first 20 minutes of Tron really good.
Oh my God,
That's your lullaby.
That's before you even get into the computer.
Yeah.
Um,
they were okay. First up, okay, whatever. And then the best thing about Tron, and I'm not sure how accurate it is, when they're looking for Flynn, they can't find Flynn, but then he's at his arcade that's named Flynn. Everyone's
and then
there's Flynn on it.
Yep.
And they go back there in the sequel. I have a lot of deep frustrations with Tron Legacy, but
yeah, me too. Except instead of frustrations, it's adoration.
You're a fan? We've
Absolutely,
never
like
Legacy.
love it in my soul.
Tron Legacy is one of the most frustrating movies I have ever watched.
These views not available.
I want to love it, and I find something new and interesting in it every time I watch it. It's one of the most technically pristine Blu-ray movies in my library.
I just want to watch it right now. Just talking about it. I'm leaving.
I'm going to watch it probably in the
go.
next 3 to 4 days too. You know, we'll have to do a live. We'll just flood our group chat with it and just drive everyone nuts. Vinny just seems like he'd be a huge Tron Legacy nut.
Let's see what Vinny's take on it is.
He might
I know he could be on the edge of Tron.
And then the last thing that I watched most recently, one night when I didn't have anything to do the next days, I watched a program called Gunbuster. Gunbuster. It's another anime feature. 6 episodes. It's from an animation studio called I'm
That's
blanking
porn,
on
right?
it. No, it's not porn.
Is that Gun
But-
X?
Gunbuster.
You know what? I would bring porn to my one traditional non-anime episode.
I've done it
though.
by accident.
Great box set.
I've already polarized the group, lit the conversation up with all of my
No,
terrible
it's good. It's a good thing to
takes.
do.
But fucking Gunbuster, it's Hideki Anno, who would
Yep.
go on to make one of the most deeply fascinating works of Japanese animation ever, Neon Genesis Evangelion. But this was his directorial debut. It's basically, if you've ever seen an 80s or late 70s Japanese space-themed anime program, this is like, it's got a little bit of everything. It's got the weird technical space.
It's got the dude on the
speech.
back that Maxine loves. Flip it over. It's got the cool, the Guile looking
oh,
dude.
hell
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
This
So
program,
freaking 2032.
Right?
yeah, this program oozes late 80s cool.
Yeah.
It's got every trope. It's got a mech suit in it.
Really?
It's got a bunch of young people competing with each other for attention of an attractive male. It's 6 episodes long, so you can do it in one sitting. It's got some just really beautiful, expensive. The Japanese economic bubble hasn't popped yet, so we can afford to do this animation. The last episode is like in 2:1 widescreen, and it's full black and white, and you can see that they spent like, hundreds of thousands of whatever the equivalent, it's yen, but I'm not doing the math in my head to convert dollars into yen, because my math
Yep.
brain is never on once June hits. Don't ask me to do math
Fair
until
enough.
September. My teacher brain is fried, but this show it owns.
Great.
It's 6 episodes.
What's the
very-
other name? Over the Top? Is that the
It's
alternate
aim,
title?
It's Aim for the Top is the
Aim for
alternate
the Top.
title.
That's it. Yeah.
I believe it's Gunbuster and Aim for the Top
Yeah.
on this box. If I could read, there's a lot of katakana in here, and I never quite made
Damn,
it into
show
katakana.
off. Show Sam.
Yeah, Sam, it's time for you to read and live translate everything in this obi.
I see Top already, so that's good.
Yeah, I won't ask Luke about it, because Luke doesn't care about obis, and therefore he's never going to be
Obis are
invited
lame.
to my birthday party. Obi lovers only. On this
Secretly
part of the
love
country,
obis.
you can
Secretly
stay on the
love
West
obis.
Coast with your obi-less naked bastards. But Gunbuster
Low
is a good
resolution.
one.
That is a gorgeous
Gunbuster's
box.
Good one. Yeah, it's a beautiful box.
Yep.
If you want to talk about just absolute unrestrained pristineness, a lot of anime boxes are just filled with just absolutely unsustainable amounts of special artwork commissioned for each sleeve and just nonsense. And it's like, you can tell that, I don't know what you guys know about the Japanese economy in the 80s and 90s.
So much.
Yeah,
But
we all majored in Japanese economy.
Yeah.
But there,
Double
well,
major.
there was this thing called it ties into like, what do we know about Japanese LaserDiscs?
Yeah.
There was a lot more of them. The format was more popular in the region, and everything was just like a hair better. Pressings were better, packaging quality was better, artwork was better, because there was just this huge bubble economy, and then it popped at the end of the 90s, and the Japanese economy has never really recovered in a lot of interesting ways. Like, they've had less than 1% economic growth since the end of the 90s. And what dies at the end of the 90s but the LaserDisc format? So I'm thinking, when DVD took over, we can make some really loose correlations between that and the flatlining of the Japanese economy. This is the LaserDisc podcast.
I brought my financial disc.
Speaking of 99,
Yeah.
I still can't believe how good the Gundam box, because that Gundam Memorial
God.
box came out in 99. It looks fantastic.
God, that box owns. Every disc has 4 pieces of artwork
Yes.
that are
Gorgeous.
exclusive to that box.
Yeah.
I have the Gundam movie box. Yeah, sorry, the anime
Ryan's giving us the
podcast-
wipe sign to wrap it up.
Okay, he's given me the Oscar speech.
Yeah.
But sorry, I so seldom get to talk about LaserDisc with
It's fine.
That's why
anyone
we're
that
here,
isn't
man.
our group chat.
It's like a self-help group.
Again, this might be the last time I get to come on this show after just spewing such hate and vitriol.
You're giving us time to interject. It's better than Spencer, so you're.
Whoa! I didn't come here to shit on anybody.
Man, shots fired.
I'm sorry. I'll go grab a whole
love you,
bunch of
Spencer.
movies from the
Taking
1930s.
a breath. It's good.
I'm gonna
Oh
I'm
my
gonna get
God.
Spencer to do a retort video and put this in right now.
I'm sorry. I didn't bring a whole bunch of weird silent movies that are in black and white.
Let's see him. Throw those up, motherfucker.
God, right here, like right next to me, is my entire Japanese LaserDisc collection, which I mostly bought one at a time. So it's like highly curated to everything that I was interested in high school. And then there's like this gap, and then I started buying again in college, at the very end of college. So it's like you got a bunch of like really late release movies over here, and then there's just a whole bunch of trash, because I got a whole bunch more love for just the wide spectrum of movies when I got to college. Like even the worst movie has merit to me today.
Yeah, I'm with you.
In high school, I was like,
Yeah, you're too good for it.
I'm a huge fucking snob.
Yeah.
I'm only going to watch Criterions that are European.
Yeah.
And if there's any color in them, get them away from me. And that's why I don't talk to most of my high school peers. That's a story for another time. We don't have time to dissect
High School Alienation
lines.
Cast is on after Tron
Yeah,
Cast
we
on
don't have
Sundays.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Time to
That'd be
talk
fun.
about, I will say,
I'll cry together. That'd be
I
cool.
will say I got my first LaserDisc player in 9th grade, and my 9th grade English teacher was so sick of it by the end. He just said LaserDisc so many times that he like bolted out LaserDiscs once in front of a room full of 14-year-olds, and it's whenever he sees me, he goes, LaserDiscs, and then he just like darts around.
If only someone filmed that, that'd be meme-tastic.
Well,
Right.
I mean, I went back as a student observer like 6 years later, and it was the only thing he could say was, "I'm so sorry about the LaserDiscs, Chris. I didn't mean it." And I'm just like,
That should be a shirt. I'm so sorry about the laser
Sorry
dicks.
about your laser dick.
Yeah. All right, let's do some pickups. I think we did spins, right? Yeah.
Yes.
We'll do pickups. This will be quick for me. I didn't get too many, and I've got a few that are in the mail still, but still picking up the slack from the HK. I never had the Super Cup Criterion.
Oh yeah.
So
that one owns. It's an
I got a
AC3,
sealed copy
right?
of it. It is now unsealed.
As it should be.
Yep.
If you keep
So-
a LaserDisc sealed, you should probably just go to jail.
Yeah, I think
turn yourself in.
I think I kept the hype sticker on the inside, but this is one that it's funny. I think I bought this before Ryan bought his, but I got mine far after. Treasure Hunt with a scene. The scene is in the movie, but I don't remember this actually happening in the movie.
Nice.
Such a bizarre movie. It's like Chow Yun-fat is like this guy that like working for the CIA, so he's like killing everybody and their mother in one scene, and then the next he's going on this like secret mission into mainland China, and he goes to Shaolin Temple, and then he's so there's no treasure hunting like Indiana Jones style. She's the treasure. She has psychic powers and can like manipulate you and make your hands bulge out and do all sorts of crazy stuff. It is so unfocused and bizarre, and he's like teaching all the Shaolin monks how to love Western culture.
Nice.
And then he murders an entire town at the end. So
Whoa, that's fine.
yeah.
Fine.
And then what else? I think the only other LD I got was Election, because
I'm coming to your house to rob you.
I absolutely love
my
this film.
God.
Awesome.
And I've been looking for it for quite some time, and a killer deal floated my way, and I could not say no, because I got to pick flick. So there you go.
I have an eBay search set up for Election LaserDisc and October Sky LaserDisc.
Nice.
I always get them 2 days after the auction ends.
Yes.
So I'm
That's
going to
always how it
drive-
goes. Yeah.
I'm going to drive my fresh car straight through your houses or apartments.
I'm gonna lock the
Front
doors.
wall. You can't stop me if I'm driving through your house. Locks
it.
won't stop cars. So, but I'm stealing your copy of Election.
All right.
I
I'm
just
gonna try and
fucking
hide it
love that
elsewhere.
movie.
Kill Sam so I can keep mine.
Yeah.
Alexander
Ryan's got 2
Payne,
copies,
God.
I bet. Go to Ryan's house.
Oh no.
Ryan, sell me yours. I will donate.
won't.
I will give you a nice bag of like blood, because that's all I have left at the end of the school year. I don't work over the summer.
Trade
I'm a
in plasma
teacher.
for election. I like it.
Teachers work?
I'm not working this summer. Have you heard what we went through this year?
Yeah, I went through it too. I'm
Still
still
He's
working.
not working.
academia.
You do work in academia.
Yeah.
You might be
Higher
the only one
education.
here that understands. This is like Zoom triggers like something in academia. I'm unhinged when I'm on a webcam.
What do you watch, Ryan? Or what do you pick up, Ryan?
Oh, Maxine, are you ready to talk about what I picked up
Yes.
too?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure before
I'm super ready right now.
This is like
I'm
a
ready
school
to talk shit
presentation.
on it.
Yes.
Do you have an
before
overhead
we
projector?
focus. So Maxine got a lead,
Yes, I did.
and it was a lot of discs.
Yes.
How many?
Too many for me. It would be basically as many as I have here. Just again, so over 10,000 supposedly.
It was because I went to go to the lead because it was way closer to me, and by way closer I mean 13 hours round trip.
Yeah.
So
Turned and burned, right?
that
You
is-
didn't
that
stay
is-
there
that is the record now for me. 13 hours round trip in the same day
on a Monday, right?
on a Monday.
Freaking Monday.
Yeah, so
Fucking
I find out on
Beautiful.
Friday that
Yeah.
like I gotta go, and I take off work and I wake up at 4 a.m. searching for LaserDiscs.
Yeah.
And so I got a few things, and I'm definitely not going to show them all. In fact, I'm going to hold an entire slice of a certain genre, maybe for a follow-up podcast because we liked the first time around.
Yeah, I probably should hold that too, but yeah, I keep
Yeah, yours
spilling the
should
beans.
be
But, yeah.
arriving
Ooh.
too, Sam.
Yes, there's a little trickle down.
Good. Yeah, and then
This.
I believe Luke might have gotten a certain
Yeah.
horror prostitute style movie, maybe.
Oh, that narrows it
That's
down.
my genre, baby.
Yeah. So, anyways, without further ado, I'm just gonna go over a few like really cool highlights, and then like one other pickup.
All right.
And I knew Chris was gonna be on the podcast, so I wanted to make sure to highlight these.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Grave of the Fireflies.
That's rough.
Ooh, it's the English subtitled image pressing. Oh God, that.
Yeah,
Image for the win.
Oh, now you made him angry again, Ryan.
I know.
I'm just gonna cry.
I think he's crying.
Yeah.
As he should be. And then I got,
Oh,
you know,
Oh,
our favorite
man.
neighbor.
Yes.
Little
Game
AC3?
Reflex Game.
Yeah.
The Fox pressing, the Fox video.
Yep.
that's
So,
some serious Totoro.
Those are the two that I didn't have, and I was just so happy to find them. And they were just, you know, in with 10,000 other discs, which I spent 5 hours chatting with the guy. He really nice guy. He'd been collecting and just bought whatever he wanted, and I just picked cool things that I wanted. So that's why I ended up with Dirty Games.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what can I
JMV.
say? Like, you know, some people they go after Totoro and Grave of the Fireflies. I go after Dirty Games.
Best Jan.
And then he also liked Criterion's, but he had this on DVD or Blu-ray. So I was finally able to
Nice.
get this.
Please watch it.
An
Please.
official podcast recommendation.
Hoskins
Still
version.
trying to get you to watch
I will
it.
watch it.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that. And then speaking of Spinal Tap, it just
Oh,
plays
yes.
right into it.
Dude,
Ooh.
Guffman on
I didn't
LD.
know that was on LaserDisc.
Yeah, so I
Damn.
mean, it's not expensive unless, you know, everybody buys this before Sam uploads the video.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Don't do that.
everybody get to
Totally
eBay
don't.
right now.
I got
Yeah.
copies for you, Sam. I
Oh,
got
we
hook me up.
you guys put on the
Let's do
shelf.
it. Start a new shelf.
You got a new shelf right now.
All right, let's go.
And rolling along, I got some C.
Oh.
Thomas Howell garbage.
Oh my God.
No idea what this is, but I saw it, and it's from New Horizons and Image.
All right.
So it's got to be just
That's
amazing.
quality.
Got some sealed Bruker Hauer,
Hell
Hostile
yeah.
Waters.
which
That-
the guy, he had a really like highbrow taste for the most part. And here I am digging in, and I'm like, look, you know what? That's a piece of shit. That's what I want.
Did he just like
the
raid the
hell out of
clearance
that.
bins
Oh,
and
he-
just
he
never
just-
open them?
Well, he told me if there was like a lot on eBay that he wanted,
Mhm.
he'd just put in a bid and buy the whole lot for the one disc and keep the rest. So, let's see. All right, I'll do the order a little bit nicer. Got Night Tide with Dennis
Rowan,
Hopper.
baby.
Roan action.
Yeah, this is one I've been looking for a while. It's hard to come by. It's not super rare or anything, but I'm really, really happy to get that. A few others. Freeway.
Nice.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So this is another one that probably not amazing by any means, but pretty cool, and really
I
happy
watched it
about.
last cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and trying to do a nice order to this so I don't spoil all the surprises. He had a little bit of Japanese stuff, a little bit of Hong Kong stuff, and he just threw this in. He's like, "Oh, check it out!" So this is a Nakatsu box.
Nice.
It's got Youth of the Beast, Tokyo Drifter, and Branded to Kill on it.
Wow.
Damn.
And I guess it's a late release. I didn't realize that at the time when he handed it to me, but it's from '99.
Some good
Wow.
Seijun
Yeah, I just picked
Suzuki.
this up.
I've never even seen that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice going way
Nice.
back. Some
Really?
Lace Vampires.
Sick.
Another box. He's like, yeah, I'm not really into horror. He's like, I get it with collections, but I was never into it. I'm like, oh, well, you're talking to the right guy. And then I got 4 more of those.
Lesbian Vampires, my favorite.
No, it's called Le Vampire.
Uh,
Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
Oh, sick.
Lesbian Vampires.
Sweet Corruptor. I've been looking for
Oh.
this for a long time.
Yeah, when Chris drives his car through your house, I'm
Walmart?
gonna take that corruptor when he's taking your election.
Oh, now
Or
Sam's
Chow
coming
Yun
with
Fat.
me.
Never
Yeah,
got
now
a
it's a
chance
party.
to,
Pick me up on the way.
The Cosmic Slop.
Nice.
Is that a movie or a?
It's a movie. I have no idea what it is.
Can
I
you
know
do the magic eye?
Yeah, I always just thought it was weird visual.
Can you do the
Does
magic eye?
Robin Williams hang dong in that one?
a
I will
fucking
review it and let you
sailboat.
know on the next
It's
podcast.
a schooner.
Picked up a sweet
Yeah.
baseball movie.
Early
So
release.
I have the Japanese version. Now I have the US version. I will keep both because this movie is
That's a
awesome.
great baseball movie. Yeah.
And then there was one real gem that I was ecstatic and didn't think
Here
would
it comes.
exist in his collection.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And so now I have 10 Things I Hate About You, which is apparently impossible to find these days.
It's December 99. It's impossible.
I say it's a '99 release. There was a time in my life.
And then there was
Sure.
one other on-theme pickup that I got that I wanted to show, not from this, but I got a sweet Campfire Tales. And it's signed by like a cast member.
Nice.
Is
I
that-
could care less.
Do we
about.
know which one or?
Yeah, it says Matt Cooper.
All right.
I don't know if he was one of the directors.
It's
or-
Camp,
I don't know. But it's written to Casey.
Campfire Tales. Is that the one that it's like a anthology movie with
Yes.
what's his face?
Yeah, what's his face
Guy-
is in it?
Yeah, totally. Ron
From
Livingston.
Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, Ron Livingston from
Leatherface.
Chainsaw Massacre. You know,
Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay.
yeah.
And then
You know what? Fuck you guys.
And Office Space.
I did get a sweet laser swag pickup, which I don't have too
Okay.
many usually because I
Yeah,
have,
you're stepping on Max's turf.
I know. But there was an estate sale in the Chicagolands, and I
Oh,
took
yes.
off one morning to go to it, and they were just like, there were probably like 400 or 500 discs, or maybe a little less. And I got there, and I could see that someone had gone through a little bit, and it was just older stuff. Like there were some like older Criterions and just lots of common things, but they had a complete set of these bad boys. So I
Sick.
got the sweet dividers for my shelves, and all 26 of them, which
Hell yeah.
I was ecstatic because I just was like, well, let me just pull these out and find out. And they're like, yeah, you can take the whole set, and we'll just charge you one price. And I'm like, yes. So I did get that.
$500.
Yeah, and the sweet screen cleaner, because this
Oh,
was just like thrown in on the shelf, and of course it's complete with coupon and
Nice.
everything and the pads, and I'll never use it, but I have the ability now to clean my LaserDiscs.
Oh, you got to have that. Yeah.
So lots of common stuff that I found this time around, like normal.
Like the usual. Yeah.
I picked up some things just so that I could make up for Sam not buying LaserDiscs
I
and
appreciate it, bud.
crapping on the pan and scans. So,
Respect.
As you
I mean-
should.
how about you, Maxine?
Okay. I will just roll right into. I'm gonna save a few back too, ones that were from Ryan. So
Right.
he sent me some from this great tip here. So these are the ones that I got from that, and then I have some other ones because I had Japan. Everything just decided to just show up all in like last week. So I have like way overload of stuff to
Yeah, didn't you have like a freight
Well,
pallet on your front step for a while? Or,
basically.
yeah.
I mean, it was like took forever to unload that. Oh my
times.
lord. So
Yes.
just pure quality here that I
Strata,
didn't-
man.
I mean, how I didn't have this. Just
It's hard to find.
It's a shame. Eric Estrada on motorcycles, gotta have it.
Nice. Love
This
it.
I've definitely had several times and let other people have it. And then I was like, you know what?
Now it's time for you. Oh, we gotta have a sequel.
Gotta have them.
Yeah.
Whipped right through these because I have a lot.
Oh, CAV box.
This one is open.
Gold
I have-
discs.
Copy. I have a sealed copy, and I have wanted to freaking actually watch this version. It is the gold disc, has all of the bonus silver. So we got a little sheet in here. too.
Yeah, I love it. It's just like, here, have the other disc too.
Love it. So dope. I
Vinny
love it.
found like what, 15 of those recently? Vinny
Yes.
Pancolari?
Oh, these were just in my basement.
Yeah.
he's like, oh yeah, just chilling with the dopest box set. No problem.
Found more sealed Evil Dead boxes.
Yeah.
Who wants one?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes.
I mean,
Nice.
this is just like, I mean, just for this moment alone.
Zadar.
That's
I would love it.
Zadar-tastic.
Oh, he's so sick. I love this. I'm really excited for this. This is coming up on my spins. Now, this is another one. I've had a sealed copy of this for way too long, and now I can finally freaking watch this and not have to open one. So
Nice.
Someday I'll watch that.
yeah, I mean, it's
Oh.
supposedly. I know. Ooh, there's.
I saw a little slip
But
there.
we have
Yeah.
We have a little better than Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, that's how you know it's
Which is
definitely
up
not
for-
better than Days and
Up for
Confused.
discussion on that. I haven't seen it to say otherwise, but
Oh, it totally is. It says so.
That's a nice flex.
I have not seen this.
It's
So
really funny.
I'm really looking forward to this one.
It's amazing.
It's very, very excited about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Other Twister.
Almost as good.
I mean, I have never seen this. It's got Crispin Glover, so sold.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Yeah.
The Laserland sleeve, just woof. Yeah, nice,
Choice.
nice little extra business there.
Rowan, baby. That's the hard one.
Ah,
Big
this
one.
one, man. This one I've almost bought probably like something like 25 times. And I was just like, you know what? One day I'm gonna just find it. And like I'll wait. And so
So weird story about that. So first off, the movie's horrible. Movie.
That's your favorite genre, though, right? Horror and hookers.
yeah, that sounds very much like Luke.
So I came back from deployment once, and I'm gone for maybe 2 months or something, and it's just boxes and box. My wife hates it because just all your shit's over there, like all because I would order stuff online and just it'd come, and I don't remember ordering that, but it showed up. So I didn't like dig too deep, but I could have been just hated it, everything, just fuck it, poof. So, but I do not remember getting that.
You're Roan complete though, right?
Oh yeah.
So that's probably why.
Oh yeah, that's why.
Oops.
Why I bought it, sure, but
Yeah, no, that's why you bought it.
Yeah.
Hands
Well,
down.
but I don't remember buying it. I don't remember pushing the button.
You're-
Anyway, that's it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I have no idea, but I have to know now. So
It's surrender cinema. I'll leave it at that.
It's
All right.
intense, erotic, and
and
interactive.
interactive. Ooh.
Right.
Ooh. All
My
right.
career
Soft
so
core.
far, what's going on there?
I mean, it might be. What's wrong with that?
Ooh, double
Nice.
digital.
But
Nice.
this is stuff not from Ryan. I'll move on to that.
That's cool.
This is yeah, this one apparently I think it's like all a bunch of like dope trailers. Yeah.
Nice.
There's an LD discussion.
Ooh, I kind of want to see this.
Oh.
I want to hear the discussion.
Yes, me too.
Oh, Cyclone.
I mean, this one.
Martin Landau.
I'm wanting to like have all the pink covers like next to each other just to see.
Plus, it's a
Pink
quality
colors.
film.
And it's a
No.
it's a high quality film, so I mean I had to have it.
What we have here?
History disc quiz.
Oh, I forgot about those.
This is I mean, I don't know. This says question and answer.
Yeah,
It says it's from the Optical Programming Associates, which I believe is the same people that make all of my rainbows.
yeah,
So
it's like educational
rainbow adjacent.
trivia.
I love trivia. It's got historic moments, oddities, sports, politics, fads, and lifestyles. Oh, I gotta watch that one.
Yeah, especially early
Military
80s.
history, entertainment, disasters, and tragedies. Really stepping it up there. So yeah, this should be interesting. No idea.
Hopefully it's fun as playing like an early 80s trivia game when you're like, I don't even remember any of this shit.
I know. I literally just did that a couple weeks ago. I played Trivial Pursuit from 1981. I was like, okay, if I was in 1981, what would the answer to this question be?
Yeah, exactly. Roll it back.
Yeah.
Nice.
I had watched Martial Law with the intention of watching this one next. And so this is coming up next for sure. I'm gonna watch Martial Law. too.
Spoiler alert, there's no Chad McQueen, but it's still,
I know. Just really disappointed about that. Rothrock, I mean,
yeah. And Wincott is totally shredded too. So
all right.
Jeff or Michael?
Jeff.
Oh, wait.
Of course.
If
course,
Michael,
Jeff.
who's
I mean, I knew the answer anyways, but I just had to say.
I believe there's only Jeff Wincott in my collection.
Come on, no crow?
No.
Ah,
Oh,
come on.
nice.
It's got
Damn.
a card on it, right?
This
I've been
is
looking at
my-
that one.
These are my Japan box here. So
That looks fun.
this looks really
Does-
fucking cool. It's got Sabbath, Humble Pie, Iron Butterfly, James Gang, Vanilla Fudge, Deep Purple, Blue Cheer Mountain.
Nice.
Good one.
Leslie West. Yeah.
Hit on
I think there's
Beat
another
Club,
one.
on
that-
Beat Club.
Oh, nice.
That's to the 70s, which looks pretty dang cool too. More
Because he-
Black Sabbath and
Is that Keith Moon?
Bad Thing Step Back, T-Rex.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Or is
New
that
York
Alice
Dolls.
Cooper?
There's Thin Lizzy on here. King Crimson. I don't know. That might be Alice Cooper.
I think so. Is that Brian Eno? I don't know.
I know.
I think I see Brian Eno bottom. Yeah. Is that Brian Ferry? Damn. I can't even recognize half these
I
people.
know. They just like this one. I've been looking for this one for a while.
Oh, damn.
Little Zappa.
I see Zappa there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Damn.
This has got David Bowie, Steve Miller, Pink Floyd, Jefferson Airplane, Zappa, Grateful Dead, and a lot of Captain Beefheart's also on here as well.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
So this one's pretty freaking sick. And this is what I'm pretty sure it's Japanese only, but I've been looking for that one for a while for this.
Yeah, I've
album.
never seen that before.
Whew, okay.
Ooh,
Freaking heavy metal.
nice. Damn.
Kiss, Thin Lizzy, Scorpions, Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, whew, I want more metal on lasers.
Yeah.
I want all the metal.
Now you gotta get the telps. Those are really hard to find. Ooh, what do we have here? Ooh, earthquake video.
Earthquake video. More. This one has Iron Maiden on it. Run to the Hills. So
Sick.
got it for just that, basically. Mike and the Mechanics, Gary Moore, bunch of cool ones.
Yeah, well, if you love Iron Maiden, you'll love Mike and the Mechanics. So.
Of course.
Yeah.
Same genre.
Oh, the Kerrang! Nice.
This was
That's
the one.
That's sick.
These were all together. I got these all
Damn.
together from one place, and this was the one that I was like, damn, I've been wanting this one for a very long time because
Yeah, that's nice.
only for Armored Saint.
Dude, I was just watching an interview with John Bush today talking about Armored Saint.
Fucking love Armored Saint. They're the
Oh, yeah.
sickest band that no one's even like. If you know of Armored Saint, you're automatically cooler because you know of Armored Saint.
Hell yeah. There's a movie with Armored Saint performing in it. So that might be something we could break out on a future.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, I have swag things, but should I just save them, or do you want to?
I don't know. What do you think?
Do it.
All right,
Ooh, catalog?
catalog.
Nice.
And this one is got music, movie, not plural, movie,
Just movie. Yeah.
just movie, sports and how to culture because we are
Nice.
cultured here.
I'm the culture dog, so I
Sports and
appreciate that.
how-to are the same genre.
Yes.
We got the,
What do we got? Oh, X1.
Nice.
and then there's kind of like individual beauty shots, which I'm really into all the beauty shots of the different players.
Very nice.
Laser.
But there's a really good one. Let me find the page I was looking for. Oh, this one. Woo! but that's like your setup. Like that is your house.
That's
and
where I'm moving to. How do you know?
I know.
That's my setup.
I know.
That's
I'm
my
like,
chair and
that's
everything.
literally Sam's whole vibe. I freaking was like obsessed with it.
What's
Like
in the
it.
middle on that table? Go back a second. What's in the middle of
What?
that table?
Okay.
Like the white things.
It looks like one of those industrial kind of players or
those
something.
players.
Oh,
So
no.
one of them's a player. There's
Oh, a
the
tape deck.
939, and then there's a tape deck, and then that's a receiver. I
Yeah, it
think?
looks like a receiver and amp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a receiver, and it's
Yeah.
set to LD, of course. It's beautiful, but yeah, it's the CLD 939 is who they're repping on that page.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
There's the most gigantic beauty shot with the literal excellent
Hell yeah.
X1.
Badass.
I love that remote.
I love it. It's got some flowers in the pic too.
And
Yeah.
then a bonus, in my opinion, is just the freaking beauty
Oh,
shot of
W1.
W1. Just like, and then all of them like chilling like on this page. So this is
Nice.
a really like sick catalog. I was just really stoked about it.
That's awesome.
And then just because, you know, I have all of my briefcases, so when I go to work,
Oh, damn.
Are those CDs?
I have these are
Laser ties.
laser ties.
You can also wear one around your head too.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to really get
Yes.
crazy.
Like fresh
I could make a shirt
Yeah.
too, you know.
Damn.
But yes, I have a photo shoot set up for freaking my dope suit. It's red, so this is the red one. We'll be wearing that one
That is
most
sick.
likely. And all my briefcases.
Nice.
So
And we lost Chris, but he's taking his sister's dog out. He will be right back. Okay.
what'd you get, Luke?
Wake up, Luke.
I want his reactions to my
I
stuff.
know. Yeah, true.
We'll just
That is
pause
most of the
for-
fun, right? Yeah.
Pause.
Yep.
It's all good.
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
Sorry.
All right, Luke, you ready to do pickups then?
Already.
'Cause we could, we just cut all this out and talk
Yeah.
shit about you while you're gone.
I'll have the intern edit it.
Star wipe. Star. Just okay.
I'll do a
so,
star transition for you.
Very good. Thank you. First one I got. So for a while, I stopped buying from people on the board. I just was kind of done. I was done looking at flip videos. I was done looking at. I just didn't want to do it, and then I got back into it.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but the first one I got was from Vinny. He had a little something, and he threw me
Very
dark
nice.
still white screen. So yeah, it's fun. Super creepy movie. And
Skeksis.
do that. And with the one person that screeches the whole time.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Next one, I took a very quick trip back to Georgia, and I went to McKay's in Chattanooga. My
Nice.
parents, my in-laws live in North Georgia, very North Georgia, right? Maybe 30 minutes from Chattanooga. So McKay's is like the Southern amoeba. Like it is just this huge place with just so much stuff. It's very clean. It was also reminded me like a Hard Off in Japan. It's the closest I've seen to something like that. But I didn't find it that much.
Did you see Spencer?
No, he goes to the Nashville one. I'm
Oh, okay.
Chattanooga one. So yeah. So this first one, I remember Max held it up a while ago, and I was like, oh, I put that in the back of my mind, and I did CAV it, focus its
Yes.
magic.
Oh,
It's a weird one. It's because it's whenever it was some TV special that they decided to put on LaserDisc, and it's like old school magic. And
Yes.
I remember growing up, I liked that kind of stuff. Remember on the Bozo show, like they had the magician. That was my favorite time. They cut the lady in half. I was like, that's so cool. And it has not aged well. It has not aged that well.
But it's Vestron, baby.
Yeah, there you go. It's all about, but this is very iconic, the McKay sticker. Whatever. Next one, I went down to Atlanta for like a second just to go to a Chinese restaurant, just for the afternoon. It's like a hot, numbing Chinese restaurant. It was worth it. It was worth the drive. Haven't been there a long time, but I did go by a Book Nook, which was a place I went to growing up, and I found the Phantom of Liberty, the Cinodisc. This is Buñuel. Anybody know anything about this guy? No?
Louis Buñuel? Yeah.
So this is very like Monty Python, like not at the same time, just very abstract, fun stuff. It's Criterion released it, not on LaserDisc, but later. It's a fun one. I found a Japanese poster of this picture, and I'm like, I really want it. Oh wait, it's just a bud. Like that's all.
Yeah.
It's not even hanging dong.
Not hanging dong. Get out.
No Robin Williams. No.
No Robin. Any dong. I'm not. Dong's a dong. Next one. I know Sam held this one up. We talked about this a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, it comes back.
Yeah, no. Max held this up, right?
Yeah, we've all had it.
We've all had that. How is it possible?
Yeah. Somebody. So the guy who has the rad discs on eBay, who finds like boxes of sealed discs.
Wolf's Big Bad Garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This movie is. I started watching it a little bit with my wife, and it's just like he's whoever he was married to at the time, Jerry Hall.
Jerry Hall, yeah.
Calling her a bitch, just like being like, okay, no, what is going on here? And anyway, yeah, there's that.
You got to have it though.
Your synopsis.
Not released. I mean, it's one of those movies he wants to bury. It's not, and rightfully so. All right, next one I found. So I got like 4 discs from a guy, and I only wanted one really, and then it came and 3 of them were cracked, but this one seemed to. I usually do not have issues with discs coming broken, but these came broken. I was kind of upset, but this one was okay. I got Hercules Unchained,
Nice.
image release with is it Reeves? Steve Reeves? Oh God. Anyway, yeah, Steve Reeves is Hercules. It's nonsense. It's but I saw it. I'm like, oh yeah, let's get that. This one I was super excited about because I actually liked the movie. Somebody was selling it online. I think it might have been Moyer.
Yeah.
The real guy from Detroit. Hawkins.
Shots fired. Yeah.
It is, of the sword and sorcery movies, like it's pretty solid. Like it's an actual good movie. And it stars, do you know who this is?
Yeah, it's not Jack Palance.
No,
It's,
Jack
what's his
Palance is the bad guy.
Yeah, it's what's his face?
Jack's dad from Lost.
Yeah,
It's
John Terry.
Yeah.
The other guy on the cover.
Jack Palance is the guy in the background there.
Yeah, but
It's a solid movie. I enjoy it. It's fun. And I think I heard about it when they talk about it in Spaced, I think. And I know Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg are like big fans of Hawk the Slayer. So
He was also Felix Leiter in The Living Daylights. So James Bond fans unite.
okay.
we need to
He
call
was.
Spencer.
Yeah, get Spencer on the phone. He'll back me up.
Does Spencer
Left the chat.
No, he's coming. I'm dialing him in right now.
Next one, I was looking at this one on eBay and it was going for crazy prices, but then somebody again, I think Moyer again was selling it for pretty cheap. I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll pick that up too. It's Public Image Limited, live
Ooh.
Tokyo 1983. It's pretty good. I'm big. I mean, if you don't like Public Image Limited, something's wrong with you. But I was reading something like this was the first time they digitally recorded something, and so
Okay.
it's kind of like digital audio. It's a good one.
Nice.
Last one. Oh, not last. I got 2 more. This one, I go to a record store, M Theory in San Diego here, and they have a box, and it's funny, they move it. Like every time I'm there, it's in a different spot. And it's usually the same stuff. I picked it. I picked all the good stuff out. But this one, I'm getting old, man. I don't even know. Like, I feel like I didn't see it before, but maybe I did. Whatever. I picked up Ashes of Time.
Oh, sick.
nice.
Wong Kar-wai. Nice Hong Kong release of it. Yeah.
Damn.
That's
Score.
awesome.
Cool.
It's a horrible. They placed the movie. They pushed the movie up way high.
Yeah, I think it's the same guys that did that Bodyguard from Beijing disc I had. Yeah, that was like their thing.
World Video.
Yeah,
Well,
world. Yeah, yeah.
You can't zoom in on it because it cuts off the subtitles.
And usually they cut off a part of the image too to make that extra black bar too. So yeah.
Yeah, but it was, yeah.
I'd still buy it.
Yeah, yeah. And last one, this was, I spent maybe too much on it, but I wanted it, and I was like, whatever. Somebody was selling it on the board, and this is a movie that I have not seen, but I've heard about. Even in VHS groups, they were talking about it a lot. So,
Is it Yuki?
It better be Nuki.
Spookies.
Probably new.
Gotta be Yuki.
Yeah.
What do you think? Okay, guess it's Japanese release only, super crazy, American movie. I think American movie, maybe British, English language movie. No, any guesses? No. You got Possession.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anybody seen it? Ryan seen it?
Pieces ages ago. Yeah.
No, there's a lot of like weird. Anyway, with Sam Neill in there, people talk about it like it's the craziest thing ever.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I want that. Let's do it. Yeah, that's it. That's all I
Hell
got.
yeah.
Pickups.
All right.
I waited for Chris. He didn't even say anything about it. That's great.
Yeah, I wasn't going to sit there and do it. I mean, I don't buy LaserDiscs like you guys do.
Fair enough.
I
I only bought like two.
I kind of come in like I did the majority of my LaserDisc purchasing in like the first 5 years that I was in the game. So now I kind of go like I have like waves. I did get a couple of things in pretty recently. You had mentioned it earlier, so I hit up a local joint and I picked up the 1968 Romeo and Juliet.
Oops.
I watched this one in high school.
Oh yeah.
Freshman year, we did Romeo and Juliet in English class. I remember the same English teacher who did LaserDiscs running in front of the screen we had at the time, because you do see her boobs.
Yeah, you do.
You don't see Robin Williams hanging dong.
Not on that one.
You do see. You do see.
Let that go. Let it go.
I am gonna let that go. I'm sorry. I did get a couple of anime discs in.
All
Right.
See 'em.
So I picked up a couple of complete series recently, a couple of late releases at the same time. Got me the Sakura Wars. So Sakura Wars is a Sega franchise that started on the Sega Saturn. I don't know if we have any weirdos who had a Sega Saturn. I fall right in.
Luke's got to have one.
I say I'll fall right into the demographic. I have a Sega Saturn.
There we go.
I have that Sega Saturn. Actually, I have
this
it hooked
one.
up.
It's right here.
He already broke into your house and stole it.
Yep.
Yeah, I have it hooked up. So they launched the franchise on the Saturn. They did 3 LaserDisc era OVAs. This is the second one. It's a 99 2000 release. It's got Dolby Digital.
Yeah,
which
hype
is
sticker and everything.
rarity. So I got all 6 volumes of that in.
Nice.
To kind of follow, you're going to sense a trend. There was another major Japanese video game release from Konami. It's called Tokimeki Memorial. Kind of a big thing in Japan. Never made it to the US. Has never been localized ever. But I picked up the 2-episode OVA of Tokimeki Memorial. That's another 99 release, and it's a game about dating high school girls. There's like 85 of them. It's big with the right crowd. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, you're never gonna hear about it.
I had seen that box set a lot when I was in Japan.
Oh yeah, because it was huge. And then the last thing that I recently pulled together is I picked up all of Card Captor, a program called Card Captor Sakura. I couldn't tell you a thing about it. I haven't watched a single episode, but it's one of those programs that was big in Japan. It's a 99 2000 era program. The movie, or one of the two movies that gets paired with this program, is one of the last LaserDiscs. It's a 2001 release.
Damn, yeah, that's late.
Yeah, that's late as heck. And I actually, it's pretty cheap because no one cares about anime.
It is impressive the amount of amazing late anime releases that are dirt cheap.
Yeah, so it's like, everyone's paying, $700 for the 6th day.
Yeah.
And, Mission Impossible 2. And I picked up the Card Captor Sakura movie for like 200 yen in an auction. And then I picked up the complete series for like 4,000 yen.
All right.
Which was just super cheap, super weird. I'm chasing down a couple. I mean, I missed the boat on all of the other good late releases recently. I'm chasing the Sakura Wars TV box, which is literally the last anime release on the format, the last like confirmed one.
Okay.
So that's in my sights. I'm chasing it down once every couple of days. Hasn't popped up yet where I could find it. Who knows? I got all sorts of things cooking up in the background. That just happens to be what is actually materialized. So
most excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, sir.
Mm-hmm. My pleasure.
All right. Shall we crush some hot topics? You think we can get through some, Ryan?
Yeah. Are there hot topics? Do we prepare?
Well, there was. Speaking of overspending, there was a post recently about how someone was lucky that they spent $200 on a busted ass chipped gnarly copy of the Matrix. Which gets into that whole thing, like, yeah, just because it's if there's a spectrum of value from garbage to hundreds of dollars, if your disc is in garbage condition, like that doesn't necessarily mean that it's still worth a couple $100, but apparently it is. So I feel bad for the dude that dropped 200 on that, and it's gonna like shatter in his player at some point. But
Jesus,
yeah, so get ready for some.
Means I gotta sell my Matrix disc.
Yeah.
That means
I'm gonna sell my loose cover.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean
well, Nuki did sell for 400 on eBay.
Oh, nice.
So if you're in the market for Nuki, buy now.
But like if you had a copy of Nuki that was like you drove your car over it and it was someone peed on it, that would probably still be 150, right?
250
at least.
minimum.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, if I peed on it, it'd probably be even more, like 600.
I mean,
Ryan?
I will say there was a guy on Forever about a year ago. He had a couple of late releases that were water damaged.
Yeah, there was an End of Days with a cover tear and stuff at one point. Yeah.
It might not have been the same guy, but same deal. He had like Double Jeopardy and The Postman and a couple of. I mean, The Postman's not an expensive late release to begin with, but like I'm looking at Double Jeopardy here on the LDDB. Obviously, LDDB is trash for consistent.
These views are not affiliated with Wolfpack.
But
but there's always the timeliness aspect of it. It could be a sale from 20 years ago.
Yeah, it could be a sale from 20 years ago. You got one disc, it's on there for like $2,000. That's what I'm referring to.
Oh yeah.
I love the LDDB. It's the most useful resource, but it's not the greatest for pricing. Is what I'm trying to establish.
Yeah, don't use Sugus or whatever as your pricing metric. Yeah.
But like this guy was like, I will literally give you these water damaged late releases for the price of shipping. So I have a beautifully ugly Double Jeopardy that I paid $2 to ship to my house. Whereas it's going up, asking price right now on the LDDB is $149.99.
Yeah.
It's a good disc.
No issues with owning with a story like that. Like you got it super cheap. Cool.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know, condition of late releases.
But I think that End of Days guys got it for like a couple hundred or something. Way too much. And he was like, oh, well, I don't care. It works. Yeah, but your cover's
and especially part of the cachet of collecting late releases too is at least some sort of level of mintiness.
Yeah, like, I have a copy of a couple of late, I have Tarzan over here, late release 2000 Disney. My first copy was
What's Ryan got over there?
10 things. you
yeah.
drink.
Yeah. But I had
Simmer
like
down.
I had like a trashed Obi-less copy of Tarzan that I picked up for pennies on the dollar, and then I later picked up a pristine Obi complete with the coloring sheet version, and it was worth the 50 USD that I paid for it versus the other one I sold again. I passed it on to someone else for pennies on the dollar, you know?
Yeah, that's always cool to have, even if you have a beater copy, you have it at least. And
yeah, you know, sometimes with those late releases, it's just worth the hype-ishness, you know?
Yeah. And then meanwhile, poor Vinny can't get anyone to pay $40 for Dune.
Yeah,
It sells on eBay 40 to 50 minimum.
I know.
Yeah.
If I didn't have it, I would have bought that from him immediately.
If I had $40 to throw at Dune, I would. Again, teachers, I don't get paid over the summer, so I'm currently in hibernation finances.
You don't get paid over the summer?
There's a way to do that. Absolutely. I just
camp counselor.
I wasn't sure what was going to happen with some employment stuff. That's another story as well.
All right.
Okay.
So
All right.
it all worked out in the end, and I will be back spending ludicrous amounts on silly things come fall.
All right, we'll put up your GoFundMe link and we'll get you that Dune copy. So
yeah, I'm gonna put up I'm gonna kickstart all of my late releases.
I was just hoping that was a sign of like Stealth AC3, the balloon burst. So now someone will just drop Lost Boys for $40 and no one will buy it, and then I'll just get it.
Yeah,
that's my dream.
Oh yeah, agreed.
So there we go. All right, there was one that I think it just dropped today. There was the guy. I think I know the answer to this, but do you only keep one copy of a movie on any given format? And if you have, if you get a Blu-ray of something, do you get rid of the DVD or the LaserDisc? I don't think anybody here does that, probably.
Yeah, I mean, you popped that in the chat, and it's like, I guess when it comes to movies in the digital era, there's a little bit like if you have a lossless rip of a Blu-ray, it's literally bit for bit identical to the thing on the Blu-ray. So
you can sell that Blu-ray.
Yeah, you know, if there's some way that you think you could maintain and preserve that bit for bit copy, but you know,
not with LaserDisc.
Yeah, the guy was going back to LaserDisc, and on a technical level, you know, I'm just gonna just pull up a disc that I just got here. Star Trek Insurrection.
Nice flex.
Whatever. Yeah, I'm not trying to flex here, but it's literally just right in front of me. You know, this is the only analog version of this movie with any merit. US, Japanese, whatever. It's, you know, there will never be a bit for bit way to reproduce a LaserDisc. Yeah. The experience as it is, and it's not even the same. You know, we've got all the different players. It's not one-to-one. You know, my experience watching a movie in my living room or my basement, the TV right here is my LaserDisc TV, and it won't match the experience that you guys have because that's just the way LaserDisc is.
Yeah, so many variations. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a variable format. There's just something unique, and this is my passion, my plea for the LaserDisc, is that it will never be able to be recreated one-to-one for every single person that's ever owned a LaserDisc. And
yeah, even the Doomsday Project is like, yeah, it's a nice capture project, but
it won't be the same. You know?
Yeah.
So,
sorry. No, Rock, go for it.
So what I thought about that, what he said. So it reminded me of when I first started collecting LaserDiscs. You know, it was like, oh, I don't need that laser. I have it on this whatever. But then you start growing as a obsessive collector, and you start buying multiple copies of the same movie on LaserDisc.
Hell yeah.
So I just think he's kind of a new maybe. I mean, not in a bad way, but yeah, because that's the kind of mindset you have when you first start.
And I kind of, that was when I first kind of drifted away from LaserDisc and drifted starting into DVD. That's kind of how I was getting at it for a while. I was like, well, I don't need this copy of Back to the Future anymore because I have the DVD. And then 3 years later, I'm like, I'm a freaking idiot. I need to get that Back to the Future, and I need the box set, and I need the Muse copy. So yeah.
I mean, I think we can all, you know, I had South Park, bigger, longer, uncut. It was one of the first discs I ever owned. I sold it off. because it's like, well, I don't need this.
Yeah.
I have a DVD. And
You
there's
got the
gonna be a
DVD, right?
Blu-ray,
Yeah.
And
I'm really proud of this, but I
and-
have
and-
more of them. Because why? I don't fucking know.
You know who
Actually,
doesn't
completion.
have all of them? Vinny doesn't
What?
have all of them.
Yeah.
I hear.
No, I
What?
think Vinny's waiting on the one. I think you sent him the last one he needs.
I
Yeah.
still haven't pulled it off my shelf.
Oh, because okay, you're a trash person. That's cool.
No, I forgot. Like until you said that. It's like, oh, I have it for him.
Hook him up, man.
I will. I just have to remember.
yeah.
I told him not to. I was like, don't even pay me. I have to go find it.
Nice.
But that's the last one he needs.
And buy his copy of Dune. Because
Yeah.
yeah, he needs it. All right, guys, ready for a controversial discussion?
Ooh,
All right.
ooh.
All right.
I
All right.
mean, being that I am Mr. Controversy. Of
All right,
this
here we go.
episode,
This came up recently because the classic Clown House made an appearance, and there was a lot of reactions, like kind of creepy, because the director of Clown House, Victor Salva, was convicted of having relations that he videotaped with an underage child that was an actor on the film Clown House. And so yeah, there's this whole kind of thing, and that child had since grown up and was an activist trying to boycott Victor Salva's future films like Powder and Jeepers Creepers and all that stuff. So there was people reacting negatively to that, and then there was some other commenters jumping in and saying, well, yeah, where do you draw the line? Do people also enjoy John Landis films and Roman Polanski films and that sort of thing? So where's your take on like where the artist and the film itself separates?
This is the first time I've heard this whole story. I knew there was something, but I didn't dig into it at all. But if you're saying that he filmed having sex with this young person and that person was in the movie?
Yeah, he was the lead actor in the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's like worse than Song of the South to me.
That's kind of my take
sad.
too. That and Twilight Zone are the ones where the crime is so kind of intricately entwined with the film itself. Whereas like
I think that's worse. So Twilight Zone, something a bad action scene happened, right? And somebody died.
through negligence, he killed a couple kids and Vic
The
Morrow.
clown
Yeah.
sounds worse than Twilight Zone.
Yeah, it's bad either way. But yeah, he was throwing in the Roman Polanski thing, but it's like, yeah, Roman Polanski, it was a separate, at least, incident from his films. Like,
Yeah,
there you go. Ryan's got it. There you go.
I didn't pay for it though. It came in.
I hear it's a good film though, which is the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I mean, that's
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll watch it now. Like,
Yeah, it's creepy. So
but I'm not gonna go sell it because then I'm making money off of it.
and then somebody dropped, like, I hadn't even heard about Richard Stanley, who directed Dust Devil and Hardware. Apparently he's had some major accusations of being like brutally violent to like two past if not wives, but at least girlfriends. And one of the co-writers of Color Out of Space came out, and now everybody stepped away from him. And I think Color Out of Space, all the money proceeds towards it go to charity now. And I'm like, and every time someone brings up Hardware, I'm like, Richard Stanley is amazing. And like, I had no idea this entire time this went down. So,
Yeah.
but I mean,
he have you seen that documentary about him? And
oh hell yeah, last one. He's a complete nutter. I can completely
yeah.
imagine that. I wouldn't want to live with that guy. I mean, as much as I love his films. But am I going to unlove Hardware now? That's the question. Yeah,
it's
I don't
kinda
think so.
The same thing with like what's his name?
Woody Allen?
Yeah, Woody Allen, and again, you mentioned Roman Polanski.
But it's different because the guy was in the movie. That's what hits me the more.
Is that
watch Twilight Zone?
Okay.
Yeah.
I still watch Woody Allen movies, but I'm not going to watch.
I love Woody Allen movies, and
Yeah,
like
I was gonna say,
Luke
I don't-
really
the
likes
movie itself,
Casino
that's
Royale.
really. Ugh.
That is his
Yeah.
favorite Woody Allen film.
I literally,
like-
I can't handle.
Oh God,
radio
I forgot he was in that
going,
movie.
I think I'm gonna go with what Luke had to say. It's directly so integral to the identity of that movie. You can't separate. It's kind of like, I don't know if I could sit down and watch Manhattan with Woody Allen, where he's dating kind of a younger woman.
It's a little creepy, yeah.
Yeah, but then there's like God, the movie that I'm thinking of, The Purple Rose of Cairo.
Yeah.
Woody Allen isn't in that movie.
Mhm.
When I watched that, yeah, it's very, associated with Woody Allen's filmmaking style, but he's not in it, so it's a little easier to forget he's in it. I don't know. It's still, I don't know how kosher it would be, and to me, I don't know. Again, I have a whole lot of stuff from a lot of controversial filmmakers, and I it's hard to draw that hard line.
Here's a hot take for you. I like Song of the South. I grew up in Georgia. They would play that shit like in my classroom, I think in 4th grade. I remember it. And I enjoy it. Like I enjoy the movie. I own a Japanese copy, but I bought it for $1. I'm gonna spend a shit ton of money for it.
But isn't it the most rare disc on earth, Luke?
No,
How
it's
did you
not a
find
movie
one?
movie.
It was literally in a pile with a bunch of other books. Yeah, so my wife likes it too. Like she's like, "Do we have to sell this?" Like,
Well, with Song of the South, I'm gonna kind of side in you're saying you want to keep Song of the South, that there's merit to it. I don't think we would. I got a copy in the same way, very cheap. I traded a dime a dozen disc for it to some guy on Reddit, and I watched it, and I wasn't crazy into it, but I don't have any love for it. But I don't think that it's worth striking from the record in the way that it has been. There's merit as long as you watch it in the right context. As long as you aren't watching it and
right.
trying
If
to
I
be like,
if I would ever showed it to my daughter, we would have a talk about it before.
yeah, like it's kind of like, there's all of these not even like questionably, just like objectively racist Looney Tune cartoons and so on and so forth. But
I mean, think
know,
about Swing Time with what's his face? He's fucking blackface in that movie. I mean,
Yeah.
Holiday Inn.
But like those movies today, they are presented in the appropriate context, and so I don't have issues with them being available. If you go to watch one of the racist Looney Tune cartoons, at the beginning of those Blu-rays, it says these were produced in a time when the people in charge of making these were comfortable making those decisions. We know today that we wouldn't make the same decisions. And so I have a different feeling. I don't feel ashamed if I'm watching it in context. Now, if I start to agree with what things are saying, if I start to, if I blur the line there, then it gets dicey. If it's questionable that way. But if I watch it in context and I don't slip, and I don't think I could.
Yeah. So back to the Clown House. Like if there's a movie where somebody died in the movie and it was like the director meant to kill you know what I mean? It's I was like, nope, not gonna. That's like a snuff film or something. No thanks.
Yeah, Clown House it's on the line. Yeah.
So
right,
I think it crosses it. I think it crosses it.
Yeah. So no Clown House here. But anyways, what was the word that the LDFer had used for everybody? Hypocrips.
Yes.
Hypocrips. So you go.
I'm amazed that didn't spiral after that, to be honest.
No, it was actually pretty tame.
There's been some pretty spicy Song of the South threads over the last couple of years, especially.
Yeah, that's been actually, we haven't had any major blowouts with Song of the South for a bit. We're due for a new one, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure somebody's gonna be probably jinxing us, but find it tomorrow on Juneteenth or something.
Oh yeah. There
and
we
just
go.
Totally stir the shit for no reason, just other than to stir the shit.
Just drop the band hammer on that, and
Luke's going for his Clown House.
I like to mute them because then they take it personally because they have to watch everyone else talk and it's worse than being banned. And then they leave. And then
you've actually muted people and they've just and then they just rage quit. Yeah. So
or they send me nasty PMs, which I'm just like, okay, if you're gonna send me nasty PMs, you can go away because I don't need to deal with that.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the best way to deal with toxicity is just to prevent it from happening. So.
And there's Luke with the Song of the South.
Oh.
And follow up from the last episode, our friend Mark A. Rivera, we were proud to report his new LaserDisc player did work. So
did he hook it up to a TV yet though?
I don't think so, but he actually at least plugged it in and he put a disc in and it spun out. So yeah.
So it may not output, but at least spins.
It's spinning. So there you go for the audience. Anyone that was watching last week. Any other hot topics or anything that came up that I forgot about other than Clown House?
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. All right. Let's get physical. Physical media. Anything, Blu-rays, VHS, DVD, Vinegar Syndrome, specifically film related. I obviously
Here we go. Record store day.
yes, my DVDs, my Blu-rays, all that stuff is all packed up, so I'm not actively buying more, but I have been hitting the record shops. I did hit a couple more. I don't think I showed these. I think I got these the week after the last cast, but I got a sealed copy of a 70s pressing of Rush 2112 from
Beautiful.
Record Village. It even has the sticker on there. I have my dad's original copy, but he left it close to a radiator. I've told this story too many times, but he melted it, so I wanted to get a replacement, and the replacement copy ended up being nicer than the one I had, so I kept that. I think there was a mention of some Thin Lizzy before. I got a promo copy of Thin Lizzy Renegade. Angel of Death is such a badass song on here.
Love
I'm
Thin
gonna
Lizzy.
take out the sleeve, but yeah, I just love the graphic design of this whole record, the kind of gold, and and even it matches the gold promo stamp there. And got a little talk. It's My Life.
Yes.
Yeah, nice release.
Beautiful.
Yeah, great record.
Oh.
And I think was this another promo? Psychedelic Furs,
Ooh,
original
yes.
self-titled. This record kicks ass. So good. It's like one of the best. Oh yeah, yep. Promo stamp. Bam. That's for Spencer.
Oh yeah.
So,
But
grab that.
does it have a white label?
Hold on. Do you have one?
Well, no, because if it has a white label, then it's an actual promo. The stamp just means they took one out of the run and put a stamp on it.
Oh no. Let's see what we have. It's a white label.
Oh, see, that's fine.
Yeah, baby.
In your face, right?
No, I'm just saying, like, you gotta specify on the stamps.
I understand. Yeah.
I'm sponsoring you. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. Look at you over there. Also, I'm part of this this metal thing, Gimme Metal, where every month I think it's every month they send you a new release. So the new release was Exciter, Heavy Metal Maniac.
Oh, yes.
Loving it.
It's a great
So,
record.
Yeah, so I got that in.
I can like hear the volume from over here.
Yeah. Get ready. And Max showed this, but we bought this at the same time, and mine showed up way later. Valley Girl.
Yes.
It's funny because it said it was a New York auction, and then it ended up being from California. So I was like, oh, I'll get mine first. And nope, it was the other way around. Gorgeous release. Yeah, if you want to see the discs, Max popped them out the last episode.
Yes.
So
Pink and
Go watch
white, and honestly, one of the best freaking compilation albums you could ever get.
yeah, it's got all the
Such
stuff that normally, they wouldn't put on the official quote unquote release. Like, it's got the Clash jams, it's got Men at Work, it's got Josie Cotton, it's got the Jam, Culture Club, Bananarama.
Have
So
I
good.
gone off in any of our social circles about how much I love Men at Work?
Dude, Men at Work. Oh,
Business as Usual is maybe one of my 5 essential albums.
absolutely love it.
Oh my god.
I love them all. I even love Two Hearts. So
It's a good album.
it
not-
is.
It's a good album in the right mood.
Yep.
Like I don't know if I put it on right now.
I would. I'm gonna leave. See you guys later.
You're more passionate than I am. Your passion reigns true.
Right?
Mine is flawed.
And then of course as Luke is
Oh,
that Japanese white cover?
Hang on.
Nice. With the
We gotta
Obi.
show it off. There we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
I heard
will
Obies
you,
are lame.
Will
Yeah,
you sell
those are-
that to me though?
I bought it for $1 in Japan.
Do I still have it?
I will
Yep.
give you $2 American today.
What have you given?
You know what?
me?
Just drive through his house too.
He's all the way.
Yeah,
He's way
got the-
too far away.
We couldn't be more.
Got the
far.
Japanese program guide for was this the cargo tour? I think it's the cargo tour. Yeah, so-
Hell yes.
the Men at
Oh,
Work
I remember when you showed that.
Oh,
yeah, a couple casts ago. So, yeah.
So
Love the
sick.
Men at Work. All right, where did I leave off?
Men at
think
Work.
Men at
It
Work.
was Record Store Day.
Oh,
Yes.
that happened, didn't it?
Yeah. So I'll show a couple things that my wife got. Def Leppard, When the Walls Came Tumbling Down, 1980. Double disc. This is great.
Oh, so
Kick
good.
ass stuff.
Is that when
And-
they played actual music?
Yes, it is. Before Mutt Lang got his paws on him. And this one's going out to Luke. the replacements. Pleased to meet
Cool.
me. The pleasure's all yours. Like
Sweet.
alternate versions, demos, outtakes. And it's not, I discovered the same kind of stuff that was in the box set that had previously been released. So there you go.
I looked up like 2 songs are different
Yeah,
or
something
something
like
that. The 2 demo.
But
Yeah.
you got to get it. And
How they
I
get-
was psyched for this.
Yes.
Opeth, Morning Rise. Freaking
Oh.
love it. The cover's a little like they lost the artwork, so the cover's like pretty much just like a CD scan, just blown up. So you have to stand back a little bit for it to look great, but it's really nice. It says blue vinyl, but it's like turquoise or something. But yeah, I was psyched because Orchid was a Record Store Day release, so now they're like kind of doing that for all the old Opeth releases. This was expensive, but I used to rock the shit out of this record in the 90s. Grunt Truck Push. This is one of the Seattle bands that just didn't break, and they had a couple records, and I bought this at Strawberries Records and Tapes because I'm like, that looks cool, and I think I recognized Jack and Dino doing the producing, and yeah, so they released. This was kind of like a bit of a deep cut because they're not like that well known. But
Oh.
had to get that, and I always got to get the Devo stuff. Somewhere with Devo, which is this is a pretty short release. It's like it got a live suite and it's got like a DJ set with some remixes and stuff. This was actually the main store I went to, Newberry Comics. They didn't have it, and I got done shopping at around like 11:45, and I'm like, the local town shop has 1 copy, and they're going to be opening soon. And sure enough, it was still there by the time I got there. So
That's great.
man, and I had to get
Ooh,
Jerry Jihad,
everybody.
which is
There it is.
Jerry Casale of Devo. It's his kind of solo album, but it has a lot of this tracks that used to be in the old early like the hardcore kind of Devo period, like what was it? I Need a Chick and Beehive and all that stuff. So you might recognize some of the songs if you're a diehard Devo T, but
Didn't I read everyone contributed to that? Like all the...
Yeah, and everybody's on it. It's got like Mark Mothersbaugh. I think it's got Bob Casale. It's got everybody and their mother on this thing. So it's basically a Devo record that's not a Devo record.
Weren't they saying like only 1,000 of were made and like only 1 per record store kind of thing?
Yeah, so I'm
Pretty sweet you got it.
Yeah, hell yeah. And what else? Oh, The Sword had a beautiful reissue of Age of Wonders. But it's all silver embossed. Kamado Records really crushed it with this because the design is gorgeous. It came with a download card. Usually everybody like cheaps out on those now, and yeah, it's just really nice. Came with a nice poly-lined black sleeve. Kick-ass record, and then a couple post things. I got also on CD. Danny Elfman of Oingo Boingo fame and film composing came out with a solo album, his second solo album. And it's called Big Mess. And he was supposed to, he said because of his hearing was bad that he was going to quit, live rock music. And then Coachella was pretty much harassing him for years to get Oingo Boingo back together. And he resisted until he finally put a new band together. And I also got the vinyl, which is gorgeous. Lots of spot gloss and things on this. And he's got Josh Freese, who also played in Devo, and Robin Fink from Nine Inch Nails. And they were going to play Coachella like right when the pandemic hit. So instead, he made this huge double album. And there's even a Oingo Boingo song, Insects. He did like a new version, but it's crazy. It's like, I don't know, like Nine Inch Nails meets Danny Elfman's scores meets like a little bit Oingo Boingo in there too. It's really interesting stuff.
Oh.
And then some gentleman named Luke sent me a nice mono copy
Oh, you already got that.
of the Dr. No. Yeah, I was going to tell you, but I'm like, I'm just going to see you on the podcast.
Yeah,
so,
cool.
yeah. So yeah, thanks, Luke.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It was pretty cheap,
cool.
Yeah, that's sick. And I didn't have it. So.
Yeah.
And I did get, just quickly, 2 VHS tapes. One
Ooh.
from Luke, behind the scenes with Goldfinger and
Who are
Thunderball.
you guys?
And it comes with a cool little booklet in here that
Thought you'd
tells you all
like that,
about
yeah.
the new 007 stuff. And there's even a license to thrill sweepstakes you can enter and
Better
live
get in
like.
on that.
What would you win?
I think there's a BMW.
Oh,
Wow, you really
Yeah.
missed that one, Sam.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm still gonna enter.
hell yeah.
I think I could send this in.
When was that due?
Hold on. Let's see. Just says Due by, oh yeah, it's July 2021, so we're still good. Yeah,
Perfect. Great.
yeah. I don't see any other dates. There we go. 95 maybe, something like that. I got that, and I got my first new VHS tape since probably VHS 2 came out. Mr. Bungle did a live Blu-ray DVD, and they also released 1,000 VHS tapes.
Oh wow.
The night they came home, which is them performing their Easter Bunny crazy demo tape.
Was that professionally made, or what does it look like? The tape.
It's got. Yeah, I was trying to figure
Like
that
printed
too.
on there and everything.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
yeah. I was because I thought maybe they hired your buddy there to make these. Yeah.
Is that a sticker? Wait, is that
no, it is a sticker. Yeah. So.
Oh, it might be.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, yeah. Yeah, so only 1,000 of these things. So I forgot about it, and somebody on like a Facebook page mentioned it. I'm like, oh shit, I better get the pre-order in. So I did. So I think that's it.
Rad.
What do you get, Ryan?
Oh, it was Record Store Day, so we'll start there. Like, and there was another holiday in the mix, but we'll start with records.
Record Store Day is the only holiday that counts.
I got the Warren Zevon Preludes on cloudy blue vinyl. And it's got a few unreleased things that weren't on the 2007 release that was on CD. So my store only had one. So I'm crazy enough to go wait at 3:30 in the morning till 8 in the morning to make sure I get that one.
Did you line up for real?
Oh yeah, I always do.
Wow.
The store owners expect me to be first. It happens most every time. So especially with drops, it's like, well, I'll be at these 2 drops first. Whatever.
Yeah, me too.
I got this album.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't resist. It looked too cool.
Hell yeah.
I got this one, the Vagrant 25 of From Here to Infirmary. I have the 15th anniversary from Record Store Day too, but I had to get the 25th anniversary because I'm old.
Nice.
Morrison Hotel Session.
Old.
I thought about getting that too. Yeah.
I like to pick up the Doors stuff. It probably will end up being cheaper online in a couple of weeks, but whatever. I got it from my store. I supported my local store. You can't go wrong.
I almost pulled that, but
I got the Tom Petty.
nice.
Yeah.
I like some Tom Petty.
Oh, yeah.
And this does have a couple of like different tracks that weren't on the original She's the One soundtrack. So the story is instead of like it being the She's the One soundtrack, it's a re-envisioned version with new art
Okay.
as an album, because it really is just a Tom Petty album, but it was released as a soundtrack. I got the Elton John Psych album that had never been released.
Oh.
It just looked too cool. I'm not ashamed to say I really like Elton John's early stuff. So his newer stuff from the past maybe 10, 15 years, I couldn't tell you a song, but
Wait, he still does stuff?
apparently he did like a year or two. I don't know. And then I got one other thing that I'll talk about, and it's the Stillwater demos from the fake band from Almost
Oh,
Famous.
that's funny.
That's awesome.
And it's actually Nancy Wilson and Peter Frampton songs. So it's real like artists,
Actual
not just
stuff.
like something they made up, but like legit like. And they made it look like a demo.
Oh,
It's
Fever
like
Dog. Hell yeah.
oh yeah, it's got Fever Dog, of course. Like, but yeah, so
And the Untitled DVD came out. Do you remember that?
yeah,
It came out as Untitled. There was a CD in there. I wonder if it's the same thing.
I'm sure it is. Yeah. Apparently the soundtrack's coming out on vinyl finally. Like,
And that's
Because it
supposed to
never
go for
happened.
crazy money, right? That's one of the top most. Yeah.
yeah. So the reissue's finally coming. And then I had gotten some other things before Record Store Day, which I have lots of like classic vinyl. I got really into it 10 years ago plus now. So I got lucky before it like exploded. So mostly I just pick up new reissues and things. So Cheap Trick, their new
Nice.
album. I'm from Rockford, so I have to support the band from Rockford.
Yeah, that's a law.
I got the Fountains of Wayne reissue, the indie red vinyl version. So really cool. I had a bunch of extra stuff that I traded into my store for that, so I was really happy. And then I pre-ordered this a while back, and it came at the same time. So I've got tons of records to listen to. I got the new Mammoth WVH.
Oh, how was that? I heard that. Some
I
tracks,
like some
but-
of the songs. I haven't listened to the album yet. I just got it, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, report back.
Absolutely. And then I got the Jack's Mannequin reissue of People and Things on orange vinyl. I already listened to this This sounds great. Drops in super quiet. It's crisp, really good. And then I got this soundtrack, Valley Girl.
Where
Hell
have I
yeah.
seen that before?
I wasn't gonna show it, and then when you showed yours, Sam, I'm like, well, I got it now. So
Yeah, hell yeah.
I don't even know. I've never even seen that movie. So
oh my god.
What?
Dude, I feel like I should get some homework. I have a whole summer. Give me a list.
Yeah, there you go.
Valley Girl with Nicolas Cage.
100%.
America's finest actor.
Is
Yes.
America's finest actor.
Deborah Foreman, America's finest actress.
America's finest couple in that film.
Good point.
And then I got some DVDs. Luke sent me this for my child. And
Adorable.
my kid loved the
For
flag
the
inside.
child.
There was
Oh,
That's
a
great.
there was a Mickey Mouse flag inside, so that was really sweet.
Yeah.
A sweet like drive-in cult classics.
Ooh,
Really cool comp. Thank you, Luke. I filled in my Hogan collection a little bit more with a 9-pack on DVD. I love this. We were talking in our secret chat. I love these shitty like Echo Bridge compilations of terrible movies that are on DVD, and so I picked that one up too. And then this company called Vinegar Syndrome, we might have spoken like once before.
Tell me about them. That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
They had a Black Friday sale, so I went crazy, and also as a subscriber, because I subscribe to Vinegar Syndrome. I don't know if you've heard of Vinegar Syndrome, but they're a complete Blu-ray label.
Who?
Vinegar Syndrome. But anyways, they had their sale.
Ketchup?
Vinegar Syndrome.
Like ketchup.
So, anyways, I picked up a few things, and then since I subscribed, I pick up a lot more because I just got like everything that was coming.
Wait, what is there left to get? I thought if you're subscribed.
I don't have some of the back issue stuff, so I've been slowly filling that in. Like Flesh Eating Others, which is just tacky as hell, but the slipcover was almost sold out, so I had to get it.
Yeah.
And the same with Dolly Dearest.
Oh, nice.
Which is classic. And then they do this thing where sometimes they reissue or they issue slipcovers for ones that they didn't have a cover when it came out with. So it's a good time to pick it up. So I've got the Murder Weapon Deadly Embrace slipcover with the movie. I had the movie. I found it at like a half price books. But if there's a slipcover, I can't have a naked disc.
Yeah.
That's just cheesy. Filling in again, Zombie Island Massacre.
Hell yeah. That's that.
And then there's a couple of things they announced for going out of print, so I had to get them. Lucifer's Women.
Ooh.
And Nurse Sherry, which just looks terrible, but I don't know. I haven't seen it. It looks ridiculous.
What's that, a Steve Perry song? Nurse Sherry?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Sherry.
And then a couple more back catalog stuff. Hollywood Horror House.
Damn.
Wow,
Really
that's
cool.
cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
trippy.
it looks good. I have not seen it, so I don't know, but gotta love that. And then I think this was another new slipcover. Count Dracula's Great Love.
Fabulous cover. I like that.
Yeah, so I love the art inside too.
Ooh, damn, that's
Really
hot.
cool. And then another back catalog I picked up, Extra.
Oh, yes.
The best of the Extra movies by far.
Of course.
I tapped out after one, but I'll trust you.
Yeah, it's okay. You tapped out at the right time. And then one more new slipcover for Sugar Cookies, which I believe is Lloyd Kaufman. Yeah, so
Right.
Lloyd Kaufman. And then they had new stuff too that was just brand new. So I'm sorry that I'm taking forever, but
How dare
they
you?
had so
I
much
only
cool
have
shit.
2 things to show. So
Take all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
Nightmare
5.
Weekend.
So.
This
Whoa.
sweet, like holographic.
Ooh.
I have Nightmare Weekday.
What?
This one may have been a new slipcover too. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I had to get like that. And then there's some all kinds of new stuff. The Cardona collection.
Oh, Joe Cardona?
Yeah. It's this sweet Mexican exploitation. I believe they're in English.
Yeah.
And this is just volume 1. So there's 3 films in this really, really nice slipcover. Just really, really cool stuff. I'm looking forward to watching that. I almost cracked that, but I was trying to finish up watching things for the podcast, so I didn't get to it. But there was Champagne and Bullets,
Ooh.
which just looks amazing.
Yes. Amazing.
This is their VSA series, the Vinegar Syndrome Archive, which is like straight to video, like forgotten garbage. I mean, it's gonna be garbage. Like I've seen a couple clips and I'm like, oh my god, this looks like amazing trash.
Yes.
And then they released Alley Cat
Mm.
on their VSAs, which is a revenge flick, and it is just badass. Apparently there's controversy on Reddit because I'm about to say it, Sam. I had to.
All right, do
the
it.
Open Matte DVD shows some bush,
Yep.
and it's cut on the Blu-ray. So there's bush controversy.
What's the real aspect ratio though? Was it shown in theaters?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna find out.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to call it Vinegar Syndrome and see if they can.
I'll call the
release bush cut.
cinematographer this weekend. We'll see if we can
Yeah,
find a
just be like,
bush
hey, where's the
update.
bush cut?
Yes.
And then the Scanner Cop 1 and 2 box
Oh.
set,
Wow.
which I love it. And then it like
Oh.
recreates the artwork. It's just beautiful box set. Like that, their movies usually the packaging is better than the content. No,
Yeah,
I mean every once in a while, yes, but
that's
it's
what you
just
pay for.
beautiful, beautiful. And there's a couple more. I'm almost done, I swear.
Enjoying it.
They
Enjoying seeing it.
finally announced and released the PG classic Alien from LA.
Yes.
Kathy
I was
Ireland, baby.
Yes.
How is this on no one's freaking summer list?
Yeah.
Because I don't have it on LD, sadly.
Because I don't
It
know
is hard
what
to
it
find
is.
on LD.
Yeah.
But so check that out. And then the classic Surf 2.
Yes.
If you've ever seen Surf, oh wait, there is no Surf, only Surf 2.
So
And,
many unanswered questions.
Yeah. And two more. The televised Terror box set,
Oh yeah.
which is just amazing. It's got 3 different movies, each one inside. And I love their boxes when they do that. 3 individual cases.
Yeah, that's
It's just-
nice.
And it's just
so good.
really nice, and everything they have, none of it's flimsy. It's never like, man, this is gonna fall apart. Like
Yeah.
high quality cardboard. And then last but not least, the 6
Hell yeah.
Samurai, and this is 4K
That's-
UHD.
And officially the second best thing Lance Mungia ever directed. Because
Yeah, so it's
What's
got
the
the
first?
whole, like
the
metal
first is
clasp.
our favorite music video about that song about that girl that's so high above you.
Oh, our buddy Tao.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He directed that video.
Wow. And sweet booklet.
Hell
and,
yeah.
And of course, disc with slipcase. Like
Ooh.
they really went all out on this. Like people were like, oh man, this is not a great like Black Friday release, or not Black Friday, halfway to Black Friday, because they're halfway to Black Friday sale. And I'm like, man, there's so many cool things, and like things that might have not been on my radar. So really, really excited to pick all that up. And that's probably the biggest buy from them I'll ever have, because I'm approaching 200 releases now. So
Yeah, we're gonna store all that stuff.
I don't know.
And so, are you doing the porn too, or
No.
just?
That's always the question.
no, like
Porn? No,
Yeah, like, no. One time, like I bought a monthly subscription when they used to bundle them together and
Yeah.
didn't realize it, and I like pulled this out and I'm like, oh, and then I put it down. So like, yeah, but they do have their 4K porn restorations,
Yep.
which I think is more up Luke's alley. I'm sure.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
His nickname is Smutty,
Fascinating.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
you know,
Alright,
I guess
thanks.
art is
Vampire.
art.
Hooker movies.
Yeah, that's his
flash
thing.
forward 2 years from now, you're gonna be like, I need to get all the porn that I didn't buy before I got it.
I should have.
Pass.
Oh.
I think it's on the internet still. It's,
I don't know. I haven't heard
Yeah.
about that.
That's quite the haul, Ryan.
yeah, it was
Most
it was
impressive.
pretty epic, and it all came at once. And now I'm going to be going on vacation.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right,
You get
Maxine, what you get?
You get anything?
Well, I never end up coming prepared for this segment, so sorry, because
It's all
I
good.
have big, the big bag full of all the laser seconds. I have to bring them here. This is a top secret location, not inside my house, so I have to carry everything here. But I will provide photos. Just 2 things that I got DVD wise. I got a complete collection of all the Saved by the Bell episodes.
Oh damn.
Ooh.
Oh, really super stoked about that. And
Man.
then I got the complete collection of all the He-Man episodes.
Yes.
Ooh.
Hello, childhood.
Yeah. So I'm really stoked about that. But then I was living like it was a whole nother year in time right now. And I had to take a photo because they have to get returned.
Uh-oh, what's this?
I went to a red box.
What?
I went to a red box and I got Willy's Wonderland
Nice.
Yes.
and City of Lies.
All
I
right.
watched both of them in the same day and I felt pretty freaking cool about it. So
Man, you're living
Were
in the
they
future.
they were
No,
really
Willy's
good. Willy's,
Wonderland's
I loved Willy's
bad.
Wonderland because it's like, I mean, it's like saying it without saying it, but I don't know if you guys watched that freaking documentary about the people that were like way, way, way too into Showbiz Pizza.
Mhm.
But that's what I was getting the impression that the whole film was based on was Showbiz Pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Willie's
So
like showbiz.
yeah, it's straight up like they have the gorilla, and I'm like, it's Showbiz Pizza. It's not like it's Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah,
which,
yeah.
If I feel like there's people out there that don't know about
Showbiz turned into Chuck E. Cheese.
it. Did, but
Yeah.
watch the documentary on the Showbiz Pizza people, and you will understand way more than you wanted to know about Showbiz Pizza.
Real quick, I think I asked Ryan this when I watched Willie. Why did he drink the energy drink? What was that all about?
We have
What
a
was
visitor.
the
They
sense?
never explain it.
They
And
never. Why didn't he talk? They never explained. I was waiting for the big
Exactly.
reveal.
exactly.
There's a small child. There's a
Yeah.
small child down here.
I'm not the youngest person anymore.
Yay.
The miracle.
So I'm going
He's good. He's going to see the big board. You can't. You can't let him see him.
He's gotta be on frame. We didn't get him on frame.
Yeah, did he have any pickups?
I know.
He had the Mickey Mouse.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Roadster racers.
Yeah.
Glad.
Have him hold that up. Oh God.
It's covered in vinegar syndrome right now.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. And so the other one that I saw then was City of Lies, which was like based on the whole like Biggie Smalls thing,
Oh, yeah.
which was like honestly like really good. Yeah, I've watched a lot of like the whole story of like what happened to Tupac and what happened to Biggie Smalls. So that was actually really cool to see like a actual like telling of it in a theatrical way with Johnny Depp. So
Damn.
yeah, it was actually like I would say it's worth a watch if you're into that kind of cop, like it kind of goes back into the whole history of it, what happened during the time, and so it's like him in the future, kind of like retrospective.
All right.
So, but he did, yeah. So that one was really good. But the Willy's Wonderland was like, whoo, I was not expecting any of that, and I was like way into the whole thing. He kept changing his shirt. I was like, wow, okay. And it's
It was
just
the
Nick
same
Cage,
shirt.
so yeah, just like knocks a fool out and then just like fresh shirt.
And I love the pinball machine.
Oh, I love the pinball machine. I loved like the whole like aesthetic of the whole. I was just like, they had this wild room for like this like pixie character. I was like, what? And then there was like this super like the boss battle with Willy. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for somebody because I feel like this kind of it's relatively new. I want to say it's from 2020.
It just came out on Blu-ray. this
So
Yeah, yeah.
okay. So yeah, I mean, it was at the Red Box. So it was new enough to be a Red Box, but I would say if you got a Red Box nearby, go rent it from Red Box. It was like $1.85. Okay, like it's cheap.
Nice.
Can't beat that. No commercials. So I was really stoked on it. It was very exciting. I did get some records, but I honestly do not remember a single one, and so I don't want to make that much work for you, Sam. So I won't.
Bring him in next time.
Yeah, I'll bring him in next time.
Appreciate it. Yeah, pardon my AC. I must have been in eco mode. It just turned on, so it's probably really loud, but deal with it.
But
It's
it
ambient.
It helps you live comfortably.
Yeah.
I
How
would
can
deal
you
with
be against
it.
that?
What do you get, Luke?
Okay, so let's see. I got a little bit all over the place here. I did not buy any record store day records.
What?
What?
There wasn't any that really.
What about their replacements?
I mean, I didn't get it. No, I'll talk about that in a second. I was about to, but
I wanted to get the Creation, but they didn't have that.
Which one?
The Creation, the band that the kind of broke way late when the Rushmore soundtrack dropped. They had that song what the hell, Making Time or whatever. Don't, chugga, 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 chugga,
Right.
don't. Yeah, that track. It's that band.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Don't make me sing it.
Thanks for that, Sam.
Yeah,
Sing it
you're
again.
welcome.
I don't know where to start here, so whatever. The first one I got, there's a record store down the street that has a bunch of DVDs in the back, and I pretty much only get rid of stuff there. I picked up House of the Devil.
Nice. Connecticut movie.
I hope.
Ooh.
Ty West.
Yeah.
He was coming out hot for a little bit. The first one's got. It's a great movie. Just a devil worshipping. It's a great movie. It's shot very well.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it is a solid movie. Has a nice 2 commentary tracks on there. So yeah, it's like $4. So yeah, I picked it up.
Nice score.
Yeah. So let's see. I went back, like I said, I went back to Georgia, and something funny happened. I was, in my mind when I'm at the record stores, I'm like, okay, I'm going to spend this much, and I'm not going to go crazy, because if I didn't, I would just go fucking crazy. And so, but then my brother-in-law came by and he said, "Oh, hey, Luke, he's like, this is so silly." He said, "Well, I just turned in a bunch of books. You want this credit? It's like 16. And I'm like, "Yes, this changes everything." Yes. And so I picked up the Criterion Blue.
Hell yeah.
Right. I talked about this one last couple podcasts, but if you haven't seen this movie, it's just, I mean, it's so good. I remember back in the early 2000s, it was just unavailable. Like you could, I mean, before Criterion put it out, you couldn't find that movie.
Oh yeah.
Picked this up at the record store. This is a weird one. This is VHS. They just happened to get some VHS at the record store, and this is Something Weird, and it's called Murder Party.
Damn.
I doubt any of you've ever heard of it. I'd never heard of it. It's like a German movie.
I was gonna say.
But it's dubbed very well, so much that you kind of forget it. But it's basically like a Hitchcock ripoff, but a really good one.
Wait, what year is it from?
60-something, 63.
That's just a good time period.
There's a newer Murder Party movie that came out, whatever. But like this guy, he murders somebody. He hates his wife. But he can't kill his wife, so he goes around killing women that look like her, basically.
Well, yeah, that's what you do, right?
Yeah, I do all that. And then the cool thing, then he goes to a party and they play like a game, Murder Party. Somebody saw him kill his wife, so he's like, I gotta kill. Anyway, it's really good. I really enjoyed it, and there's a lot of point of view stuff. And you're watching it and like, how'd they even do that? Like in 1963, how'd they do that? That looks really cool. Like him smoking a cigarette or him putting on a jacket or something crazy. I really enjoyed this. Picking up a Something Weird video, you think it's going to be schlocky nonsense.
Smutty, yeah.
Yeah, this was good. All right. So every Friday, the record store down the street, I play a DJ set for about an hour. I played one before this.
Nice.
And it's called Folk Art Records. They're amazing. They did not go overboard with Record Store Day, and that's probably the real reason I didn't buy a lot. They said we got 3 boxes, whatever. They're mainly used stuff, but I played a set. I played 2 hours on Record Store Day, and I picked this record up before, and I said, you know what? I'm only going to play electric blues, like just gritty. And the new Black Keys album came out, and it's like all these old Mississippi blues stuff. So I picked this guy up.
Oh, nice.
Have you heard of this? This is R.L. Burnside, Ass Full of Whiskey. It came out in the 90s. I listened the fuck out of this record because it has John Spencer on it.
Oh, yeah.
Spencer, the Blues Explosion with R.L. Burnside. And it's just, it's so great. And so I picked this up, and then that got the idea. It's like, okay, you know what? I played pretty much every track on this record for this tour. This is such a great record. RL, here we go. R.L. Burnside did this, the title, I think he does the title song for The Sopranos. Like that song when he's driving in, that's R.L.
Yeah.
I picked up.
You should sing it for us. How's it go?
Sopranos. Driving.
The Sopranos.
Sopranos, yeah. I picked up R.L. Burnside's first recordings. the thing you start learning about these guys is like they only had maybe 10 songs. And they just played different versions of them because like even, you know, the same one that's on, anyway, yeah. Okay, so that's that. I don't have much more here. So this one I picked up the other day, and this one is the vocals only for Pet Sounds.
Damn.
Ooh.
Just the vocals. I mean,
It's still got to be pretty dense.
Yeah, I think so. It came out on the box set. I think that's where they stole it from.
Yeah.
And they just put out a vinyl record. So the thing about it that really got me, it says the vocals only, beautiful fan-made album of a cappella versions of the Beach Boys.
What?
Whoever made this had the balls to put fan-made album right on there.
Wow.
That's what it is.
Damn.
It sounds great and it's amazing. Pet Sounds, come on, that's move over Beatles. This is the best. This is the best album.
Yeah, it's coming, you know, it's right up my alley. I don't think I told you guys I was having a Beach Boys phase like a month ago. I listened to everything they ever recorded.
Yeah, so Beach Boys are weird. Like my dad really, when I growing up, my dad really liked the Beach Boys.
Yeah, my dad too.
Like the schlocky surfing nonsense that they got into. It was much later that I listened to Pet Sounds like, oh, wait a minute, they're actually pretty good. Not like really good. Like those harmonies that it's great. I
absolutely.
Yeah. Last two things I got, these were on the record, these were on the wall of the record store, and I was just looking at them and looking.
Oh, you bought the wall records.
Yeah, they're the best ones to buy. So I listen. Okay, this is Jack White's live at the Masonic Temple. I probably listen to White Stripes a lot in the car. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Jack White for many reasons. Like he was just, you know, anybody that didn't come from money, it was just like, you know what, I gotta play this music. Like there's nothing. It's just this powerful. Like even if he was by himself, he's just like, this is what I gotta do. I have a lot of respect for that against like somebody who just like was thrown into it, who came from money. Anyway, so this is for like from the fan club, from the Third Man fan club. I'm a fan, not enough to join the fan club. Kind of thing. It's a big ass box.
Damn.
It also has a 7-inch from when he was on SNL, which is pretty cool. Like just
cool.
1 7-inch of just the 2 songs that he played. I like remember when COVID just hit, like he was the first guest, somebody dropped out.
Yeah.
So he played like anyway, it's really great. Next one I got is the greatest. This is a crazy one.
Damn.
Greatest hits, White Stripes. So it's A-sides. It's called A-side from that, and besides this, it's basically the big greatest hits record that just came out, but it also has a third exclusive one of just like B-sides, and it's like red and white, and the third one is combined. There's a lot of cool art stuff in it. It's, you know, sometimes you buy stuff and it's like, don't even fucking tell me. Just here, take my card. Shut up, stuff. Last thing, I did not get, the record store put out a tape and they brought it out on record store day, and it's the guys at the record store just made this tape. They said they were working on it for a year, and it's just like, it's called A Fistful of Sand Dollars, self-release songs from San Diego County. The best thing I love about moving around is finding stuff like this, like San Diego only release. So it's a self-release tape of self-release songs from San Diego, and it's really good. It sounds really good. I enjoy it. That's it. That's all I got.
Damn.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm going to follow it up with a whole lot of much smaller list of things here. No, I don't actually buy any non-LaserDisc anime. That's kind of my hard rule. It helps me feel like I'm not some sort of like weeaboo, like weeb weirdo. And the nice thing is that I have such a huge window of things I can pull. Technically, everything is new pickups when you're not a regular on the podcast, right?
There you go. Yeah.
So I really don't buy that many records these days. I don't like going out to record stores just yet. I didn't go to a record store today because I'm still not crazy excited about crowds, even though New York State has hit their 70% vaccine. Right?
Yeah, that was the first time I went to the mall since
pre-pandemic. I know there's one big record store in Rochester. It's called Record Archive. That's where I picked up that Romeo and Juliet on a Tuesday afternoon or whatever. But I went 2 weeks ago and I picked up a couple of records that I've been really into that have just come out. I picked up Japanese Breakfast's Jubilee.
Nice.
It's an indie pop album. It's doing all right. It's a good album. It's probably my favorite album of the year so far. It hits from start to finish. A lot of good energy, a lot of emotion. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to any Japanese Breakfast, but it's very much my thing. It's just
that sort of thing is your bag, baby.
Yeah, it really is. It's good indie pop. And then I picked up. This is an indie store exclusive cover for the new St. Vincent album, Daddy's Home.
Yep.
It's a good album. I'm not losing my mind over it. It filtered out of my system pretty quickly, but it's a good release, good, consistent follow-up, a little more mellow than her. What was that?
One called that everybody loved? Mass
Seduction?
Mass Seduction.
Yeah, with David.
That album was interesting.
I love the one before it too, which is just self-titled, right? Yeah, that's my favorite.
St. Vincent, you can't go wrong. Every single one of her albums is at least good.
Yep.
Most of them are great. She hasn't put out a dud. She did produce my least favorite album by my favorite band, Sleater-Kinney. Their second to last, or second to most recent release, The Center Won't Hold, I thought was garbage. They put out an album last week. I've been listening to it a lot in my car. I don't consider that a pickup. I'm going to have to grab the physical release soon. I just got to go outside and do things. I got a busy weekend ahead of me. I did grab a couple of 4K Blu-rays. I'm really, really big in the 4K. I've got a fancy LG OLED, and I like to treat it well.
And we need Peter here. He'd be pumping his fists. He loves it.
Oh God, yep. His setup is insane.
Yeah, he doesn't even watch them though. He just rips them.
Yeah, I have both respect and fear for that kind of approach to home video.
As well you should.
So Max, she brought her story about Redbox as kind of a weird throwback to a forgotten era. The first 4K Blu-ray I have, it goes all the way back to when Netflix rented DVDs.
Oh, hell yeah. I was up in that piece.
We're talking, I think it was like 2006, 2007.
Grandma's still renting them right now.
Yeah.
Grandma.
Spencer still does it.
Yep, Spencer rocks them. Yep.
Yeah. So Netflix. So 2006, I picked up a copy of the PlayStation game Final Fantasy VII. I don't know if anyone here was playing PlayStation games in '97. I figure some of you guys are knowledgeable.
I was all up in the cloud.
But 2005, 2006, Square Enix, the publisher and the developer of the game, they did this big initiative called the Final Fantasy VII like project or something like that. Yeah. And they put out a CG film in 2005 called Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. I picked up the 4K Blu-ray of Final Fantasy VII Advent Children.
I just have the DVD.
That's you know what? You're probably okay. It was rendered straight to video at probably
that was gonna be my question. How's it
2K resolution?
Okay.
The Blu-ray actually looks better than the 4K. Just the sheer amount of resolution just outclasses the rendered product that they made in 2005.
Yeah.
It's also kind of a silly movie for clowns. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a trashy movie, but I don't know. I wanted to have the only movie directed by both beloved and equally hated video game designer Tetsuya Nomura. So I had a $20 gift card that I got from taking a survey to Amazon. I picked that up.
Nice.
I also recently picked up the 4K Blu-ray of My Fair Lady. Oh. I haven't even opened it yet just because I'm waiting for a friend who hasn't seen the movie. But this movie has been through a couple of rough patches in terms of like the film materials being stored for it improperly and also just run into the ground. So this was a huge, huge process to put this out in 4K. So this one is probably my favorite movie musical. So I had to have it.
So
then-
wait, you'd say it's better than bigger, longer, and uncut?
Yes. I would argue that almost every movie I have ever seen is better than bigger, longer, and uncut.
Wow.
I don't South Park. It's just
But
not for
it's-
me. I think if you like South Park, that movie is excellent.
All right.
If you're like
If
me,
you like
and
the movie, I bet you like the movie.
yeah,
That's a hot take. All right.
yeah. If you like South Park, you like the South Park movie. It's,
Yeah.
You know, the last thing that I picked up, I went out and I grabbed this last week. Best Buy put out their own special steelbook box
Oh,
of
okay.
the Indiana Jones 4Ks.
Huh.
They didn't have any of the standard edition when I went to go pick this up. So I
Nice.
grabbed, it's got all
All
four
three
of the films.
movies, right?
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
all four.
All three movies in there. Nice.
Four,
And a bonus disc.
all four.
Must be special
We're
features.
not going to be children about this. But it's got them all. Each of them have their own, steelbook artwork.
It's pretty badass.
Yeah, it's pop artwork. It's nice.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say that of the 3 4K Blu-rays that I purchased recently, these were the ones that needed the 4K treatment the most.
Hmm.
Just because these are probably some of the most popular films of all time. If you grew up,
What's the verdict with the Blu-ray forum guys? Are they hating on it yet? Is there any
who fucking cares?
Sure this
Listen,
color
listen,
timing's all
nerds
wrong?
love to hate on everything. You can have the greatest version of anything, and somebody will put their thumb in their mouth, flick it in your general direction.
Do you
and
bite
dump
your
on
thumb
you.
at me?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. You can have the best of anything, and that's the thing. Enthusiasts will never be satisfied. There will always be somebody who's harshing on your mellow, no matter how great something is. There is no such thing as perfect if you like media or games or music. Ugh. I don't listen to the general consensus. I have to see it with my own eyes. They look good.
Yeah, all right.
Yep, they look
Good
good.
to hear.
They're Indiana Jones in 4K, baby. You can't go wrong.
Nice. All right.
That's all
Excellent
I got.
pickup, sir. All right. What I was going to do is we were going to do a segment for our wants for the next record store day drop, but it's probably just me and Ryan have a wish list, huh? What do you got there, buddy?
I got a sweet bag as well.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
When-
My stores have been
show it
cheaping
first-
out.
When you show it first, you get swag. That's why I show it first. I got the poster from Dogfish Head too.
They used to
Sweet
rock
carry bag.
like heavy swag in the first years of record store day, and they've really kind of chilled out at my stores. So, but what do you got on tap for drop 2? What are you going to get?
Hang on. Well, there's the DGs. Did you catch the DGs drop?
I heard something about this. What's the
The
deal?
Foo Fighters
Yeah,
Bee Gees
disco,
cover.
right?
They're
Yeah.
doing, like, it's half Bee Gees songs and
Yeah.
then like half live cuts from their new album. And it was
Man.
just announced this morning. So
Isn't Weird Al coming out with like a 3-inch too?
he
Oh.
is.
Yeah,
Hang on.
some good stuff.
I plot this because I'm obsessive about this. But
Mine's pretty thin. I want to get Fear the Record. There's a Mastodon 12-inch I want, picture disc. Cat Stevens, Harold and Maude soundtrack I want, and Lamb of God, As the Palaces Burn. I was thinking about the Alien soundtrack, but I already have the original. I mean, obviously it's probably expanded and all that stuff, but yeah, I don't know.
there's the Matt Bellamy Cryo Sleep album.
Ooh, nice. Yeah,
There's a Hawkwind live album with Lemmy.
Ooh.
nice.
There's a Sweet compilation,
Ooh.
and there's a Cure reissue that I might pick up.
Cool.
The picture discs have sounded really good so far from Record Store Day.
Yeah, I
they-
saw there
they
was
started it.
was there a couple this time?
Yeah,
Fate
one-
Yeah.
and
yeah.
another one.
Yeah.
Sophia. I'm getting the I just want the Beastie Boys one. I got the
Yeah, which
The,
didn't they
uh,
push that back? Wasn't it originally supposed to be
Did they?
drop 1 or something? Or I don't
no,
know.
no, it was always drop 2.
Was it? Okay.
It's Aglio
Hey,
whatever.
Oglio.
And like during I remember when it came out, it was a little like cardboard sleeve.
Yeah,
in the
digipack. Yeah, everything. Or
No,
not even
no,
a
just
digipack. It was
a
just like, yeah.
literal cardboard sleeve, and it was just punk songs, all punk songs that
Yeah.
they recorded for Ill Communication. They said, "Oh, we have too many. Oh, let's just put them all on this little CD and throw it out there." It was so crazy to get because at the time you didn't remember that they used to be a punk band way back. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, nice. So remember that. It's my shopping list in case anybody goes out and they see something I want. You should buy it from me. And then I'll remunerate you. Yes. Anyways.
Only if you buy Dune for me from Vinny.
All right. It's a deal. I'll get in touch with Vinny. I'll see if I can broker something.
Ask him nicely. He might just send it to you.
Yeah, I know. I think he just wants it out of his house.
Yeah, I'm not willing to. I try my best not to take advantage of my people I consider good friends.
All right.
I don't have to walk over them.
I'll try and be the mediator. Yeah, I'll walk over Vinny for you on your behalf.
Just tell him to use some of his admin pay to cover the losses.
Right? $40. That's like all in an afternoon's work, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so we got a non-LD spotlight pickup as something cool that you want to recommend that you maybe watched or something like that. I didn't watch that much new stuff except for The Conjuring 3, and yeah, it was capable, but it's kind of goofy because so much of the movie of a true story is about the Warrens like doing battles in the depths of Brookfield, Connecticut, in these wells, like fighting Satanists and all this stuff. So it's kind of goes out there. But anyway, so I'm going to recommend instead that you should go out to your library or old vintage bookstore and find a copy of Twister, the novel or the script, the original screenplay by Michael Crichton and his then wife at the time, Anne Marie Martin. So this is all you need for your Twister. When you're not watching Twister, which you're obviously going to be doing, you're going to need a copy of the screenplay, which has even more, great moments that did make the final cut. Nice. And I think it's even got a whole sweet introduction here. Yeah, you got a full introduction, all sorts of great Twister action. So it's a brisk read. It's only 182 pages. So
wow,
there you go.
How long do you think that takes you to read?
I read this, in one sitting. A script. Yeah,
So
even
like
if you have an
3,
evening.
4 hours.
Yeah, if you're taking your time. Yeah.
I mean, I think the movie's only like an hour 45.
Well, yeah, this is after you watch the movie first. Yeah, and then if you have some time, you stay up late after the movie and you read the script. And you're like, oh my god, that extra scene with like Margaret, when she said "Be smart, honey," you're like, whoa, that's amazing. Or how about the bit with voice 3 on the CB says no sign of letting up. Yeah,
I've never had that experience.
Yeah, there you go. So there you go. Read the Twister script. It's available from Ballantine Books. If you want to take a time machine back to 1996, get that.
Yep.
What's your recommendation, Ryan?
I have to recommend this 8-movie explosive action pack.
Oh god.
Let me tell you.
Have you watched them all?
I've watched 3 of them so far.
Damn.
I watched The Collectors with Casper Van Dien and Rick Fox, the basketball player. That was quite fantastic and shitty. It was good. I watched The Ultimate Weapon with Hulk Hogan. Yes. He is the Ultimate Weapon, by the way. And he's got a really, really bad hairdo and dye job, and beautiful. And then I watched High Voltage with Antonio Sabato Jr. Ooh. And that was a little rough. But I'm hoping that disc 2 really brings it back together because it's got Musketeers Forever with Michael Dudikoff right there.
Oh, I never knew.
I watch that. So.
I never knew the dude was a Musketeer. What?
Come here.
We got to find out.
Oh, he's back.
Nice.
Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Yeah, so I have that running around too. But yeah, so I've got some Michael Dudikoff to watch. And then I've also got I think I'm going to watch Coyote Run on here because the rest I have on LaserDisc. But there's a good selection of stuff I don't have.
And where can our fine viewers find that?
There's this online place with 2-day shipping or less, depending on your area.
What? This sounds amazing.
Less than $10 for all of that, and it's 2 DVDs, so not super hyper compressed, just pretty decent.
Okay.
But you're getting rid of those LaserDiscs, right? Because you got.
Yeah, you have to get rid of them now.
No, because they're not quite the same. Different audio tracks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
plus
it's
special features.
I already have them. Why would I get rid of them? But
it probably
there aren't special features.
Those garbage movies. It's probably the same.
Yeah, same transfer. Yep.
It's probably a worse transfer. No.
Yeah, just more compression.
Than the LaserDisc, yeah.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Anything you recommend, Max?
Well, I forgot to mention this, but Summer Rental has a moment where they're on a little boat and they're just belting out the Love Boat.
Oh yeah, they're belting out the Wolfpack theme.
The Wolfpack theme. So
I mean, it's totally not related to the Love Boat
not
theme.
related
No,
at all. But
totally different composition.
adjacent,
Yeah.
possibly. They may live next door to each other.
Ah,
But yeah, I had to shout that one out.
nice.
Because I forgot. And there was something else that I remembered that someone said that I was like, oh, I'll save that. And then it's just out of my head. So,
Damn.
But what have I watched that was, been watching more of Bad Chad, who I shouted out before on
Yep.
YouTube. Who's dope, still dope. And yeah, I'm going to get into that freaking He-Man box set because I freaking recently just found out that they just like in 2020 brought back He-Man toys.
Oh wow.
Like what?
They're in Target.
Are they like
They
exact
got-
replicas?
Yeah, they
No,
had
they're
like,
different.
I mean, they're like retro play is what it
Hmm.
says on it. And they said new for 20, but like there's some of them apparently you can still get,
Yep.
but like a bunch of shit sold out, like the dope castles. So I was really like
Damn.
Well, they got
irritated
the new
to
cartoon
realize
coming out.
this. Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard as well. So I was like, okay,
Get yourself a Battle Cat.
yes, I want a battle
I have a
cat.
battle cat on my mantle, an old battle cat.
All right, there you go. Luke's got you covered.
Well,
Yeah.
I did
That's mine. That's my battle cat.
I did find some He-Man toys at a yard sale, so I
What?
have Mossman now on my mantle. So
Oh man, we need to add toy pickups into our little thing.
Jesus.
Yeah. This is all your fault, Ryan.
too far.
Every single
You
LaserDisc
opened the box.
podcast is going to be the 6-hour cut.
Yeah.
Extended
We'll
director's
sponsor
cut.
them.
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
a special like extra CAV edition. It's
Yes.
longer than ever. Yeah.
It has more side changes than you
Yeah.
wanted.
Deal with it.
So yeah, watch He-Man because He-Man.
All right. You got a recommendation, Luke?
I mean, I didn't show this guy my Days and Confused.
That is a nice release.
Yeah, I think it's sealed. I found it in a thrift store once. It's fun.
Is that the DVD?
Yeah, it's a DVD. Things I'm going to watch that I haven't watched. I really want to watch that. The Loki came out.
Actually, yeah, I was
the first.
I was going to recommend that actually. I only saw the first episode. But
I've watched the first
Good.
two,
Did they do?
and
They do the DB Cooper jump yet? That's what I want to see.
DB Cooper, yeah. He is DB Cooper.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have I talked about the DB Cooper documentary on HBO? That's amazing. Everybody
Yeah,
needs
did
to
I
watch
watch
that.
that yet? Yeah.
Showbiz Pizza. documentary.
And of course, shout out to
Or
Treat
Aaron-
Williams, who played DB Cooper in the best film of all time. Star of Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. When are we doing a Treat Williams episode?
Soon.
Man? Come on.
Any minute now.
Put on-
That's in the
put on
chamber.
whiteboard.
Yeah. I know when it's coming.
So did you watch Loki or is that on tap, you said?
It's on tap.
Okay,
Yeah. And the other thing I want to watch is the new Edgar Wright documentary. Facebook is
The
just
Sparks
pounding
one.
it.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Sparks. So I've never heard of this band.
What?
Yeah. and
Allegro
they
soundtrack.
just not hit it right.
I was gonna say they're part of
Soundtrack?
the soundtrack top
soundtrack?
5. They're in a roller coaster.
really
They perform at the park in it.
It's just the blank in my. I've listened to music since I was 10. Like real music.
They even did a Faith No More, or Mike Patton did a version of This Town Ain't Big Enough for the Both of Us from them in like the, I don't know, 90s maybe?
They're freaking on the Valley Girl soundtrack.
Yeah. Yeah, Sparks were like,
I've never heard of.
they were the
Are
jam.
you just messing with me? Isn't it like a fake band?
No, Sparks is totally a legit band.
Oh,
Go get Roller Coaster and check it out. They're in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
The one
I-
guy's got the cool mustache. He's got like kind of like a Dolly mustache almost. And yeah.
and I see he's got another movie coming like right away, like an actual movie after this.
Oh
doc-
yeah, right does. Yeah. What the hell was it? Is
Um,
that the
One Night
horror
in
one?
Soho. One Night in
Yes.
Soho.
That looks
It looks
really
good.
It's
interesting.
incredible. I'm going to
Yeah.
go see that. Absolutely no question in my mind. That is
Yeah.
top of my list for this year if it comes out this year.
Dig the giant Thunderball marquee in the trailer. So gotta represent 007 for Spencer.
So yeah, that's
Cool.
all I got.
All right.
I totally remembered what I was gonna say.
Oh, what was your thing?
I went to a movie theater.
What?
Whoa.
I saw Cruella in the theater.
What?
Oh,
in a
God.
chair that reclines.
What?
Yeah, it was dope. It was a freaking like
Did you,
big, comfy
Max,
seat.
did you like Cruella?
I did.
Oh, we're not going to agree on that either.
Well, I knew that about well, let's say
Oh, look at the
Nice.
time.
I've been meaning to watch that on my
That's
Disney
exciting.
Plus, but yeah.
it was enjoyable because I like fashion movies and it was very
Yeah.
fashion. So,
Yeah, like
Beautiful
production
costume.
design
That-
and
That
costumery.
was-
Look,
yeah,
yes,
they
absolutely.
were killer in that movie. I loved
And I also
watching it.
enjoy Emma Stone a lot. So I've,
Oh, I
I've
thought she
seen
was
almost
good in
everything
it.
she's in. Yeah.
I liked everything but the story in that movie. Like the acting
That's
was
a-
great.
Big part of it. I don't know. I liked the whole thing. I didn't
Sometimes you can watch a movie and appreciate everything, but not think the movie is that great. Like I thought it was fun to watch. I saw that in the theater too.
all right, so that's your recommendation. Go see Cruella.
No,
Oh, you
no.
got
have
another
a
one?
theater
Okay.
with really big cushy seats.
Yeah.
I would recommend it because if you're in California and it's hot and they have AC and big cushy seats, then yeah, highly recommend that.
100% agree with that. Just go see movies in theaters, especially if you got your vaccine. No,
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you want me to go over my recommendations? Are you done? I didn't mean to step into your
Maxine,
remembrance.
you're just done. You're done.
That sounded like an endorsement of Cruella. I think that was a
I liked it. I did like
All right,
it.
all right.
Yeah.
All right, so I just dipped into Apple TV Plus.
Oh, Vinny's laughing
Yeah.
right now. He loves it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Ted Lasso. I watched that in less than 24 hours. I swallowed the whole season down.
How many episodes? Like 8?
It's 10 episodes.
10?
They're
All right.
like half an hour apiece. I stayed up late one night on a school night. I regret it, but it was real good. I'm watching Mythic Quest, which is about the
Oh,
development
so
of
good.
an MMO. And
Nice.
it's so good.
It's
Um,
amazing.
Do you mind if I talk? I don't know how you feel about, I don't know. We've discussed video games a little bit in our secret podcast. Do you mind if I feel like there's got to be some crossover to collecting video games.
I
as
guess
there-
it's a non-LD like recommendation, right, Ryan? Is a video game
Well,
count
well,
as an
I-
entertainment? Yeah.
We try to not go into video games because we could just have another podcast.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm gonna just say just one thing.
All right.
Don't buy retro video games, because unlike LaserDisc, you can recreate them with these things called EverDrives.
Hmm.
Raspberry
So
Pi.
I've completed my collection of. I've got a Sega Genesis EverDrive, a TurboGrafx 16 EverDrive, and a Super Nintendo EverDrive. And what you can do with these bad boys, you can just stick an SD card with every ROM of every game ever put out for these systems. And you can also get like disk drive emulators for your PlayStation and your Dreamcast and your Sega Saturn. And they're working on things for like PS2. Just mod your consoles.
Not endorsed by the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm not endorsing for the podcast. I'm just giving my.
Not
this
reflect
is
me
my-
as
This is my space. I am reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time.
Yeah.
Don't buy retro games.
And you can use all that wall space that would be filled up with retro games for
Look,
LaserDiscs.
look at all this bullshit that I have. Look at all these retro
God, no.
games.
God,
You know
no.
what? You know what? It's not worth it. It's absolutely not worth it.
Buy the retro
Video
games that I'm
games,
selling though.
folks.
Please buy my retro games.
I'm totally using that clip of you like shaking the camera like as your
That's
intro
retro.
video.
It's too good.
I'm gonna that's
Listen,
fantastic.
that's my non-LaserDisc recommend. Stop buying video games. I haven't
All right.
bought a new video game for this wall of disaster behind me in like 6 months.
These are not
because I
endorsed, by
don't-
the way.
You keep on saying that. I don't know. Nobody's cut my feed yet.
Yeah.
I was really close on this.
Don't
last one.
tempt Ryan. He's got his
No.
finger on the button.
Trust me, it's more fun to mute people than to kick them off.
Oh,
All right. Well, excellent recommendations, everybody. I mean, as controversial as they are. All right. So, final thoughts. What you're spinning next?
Wait, did Luke have a recommendation?
I think he just recommended what he's gonna watch. Which is,
Yeah. No, I don't
yeah.
really.
Okay.
But thanks for asking.
I'm gonna watch the last damn 3 episodes of Gundam. So
you should watch them with subtitles. It'll be a little bit more meaningful. They're very powerful.
yeah. I'll raw dog them and then I'll read the stuff later. That's it. What are you gonna watch, Ryan?
I don't know, because it's gonna be a little while before I can dig into a LaserDisc or anything. So my goal is to hopefully watch Champagne and Bullets on Blu-ray, because it just looks way too fucking good to not. And it's probably gonna be shit, and I'm gonna be even happier.
You should watch Spinal Tap, the Break Like the Wind videos.
It doesn't travel well.
All right. Fair enough.
Yes.
Definitely, this is on deck, 100%.
Nice.
I already watched Martial Law with the hopes of getting time to watch Martial Law 2, so she's coming in to kick butt in my house yet again.
Can't stop the Rothrock.
Can't stop the Rothrock.
You could try, but
Luke.
Oh, I'll probably keep going with my Criterion watching and Billy Bob watching.
oh,
I'll try-
nice.
Ooh, Sling Blade's a good one. Have you
It's
seen
been a
it?
while.
I say you've seen that one, hopefully, right?
Say what?
You've seen that one, right?
I've
Sling
seen
Blade?
this.
Is this your
have you
first
seen
time?
it?
Yes, I've seen it. It was a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So that movie's great.
Yeah.
Does the Criterion have the original short film too, or?
I believe it
Uh,
does.
I'm not sure.
All right,
I think so.
I should pick that
Audio
up sometime.
commentary, deleted scenes, some documentary, and theatrical trailer. No. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
have
But
Who remember what was it? What's your face in the original one?
Molly Ringwald.
Yeah. This one is fun. Like, this is one of the first Criterions I found and bought. It's, it almost looks like a fake one. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it looks like some Vinny made.
Yeah. So, Anyway, yep. Chris, what you got? What anime
right.
you want?
Well, I mean, if we must, I will pull it down.
Gotta be
My
Sailor
crew and
Moon.
I are going to start
Yeah.
Sailor Moon Super S. This is next on the docket.
Yep.
I got to find subtitles from my usual source and get the Genlock ready for it. I spilled a bottle of water into my Genlock computer, so it's sitting over here.
Nice.
I took the keyboard out of it because it's a ThinkPad X200 tablet computer, and it still works. And the keyboard is fried, and I don't want to spend $20, so I put the keyboard on it, jump it awake, and then I pull the keyboard off and I plug in a USB keyboard, and have a good time with that. I also have this big stack of Criterion Collection discs that Luke sent me, and
Except Monty Python. That's the best one.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean Monty Python. I've got some Truffaut, Jason the Argonauts. I've got all this stuff
Nice.
that Luke was so gracious to give me a good deal on. He offered them to me before he sold them to anyone else. He had all these doubles because he's getting them all. And
I'm doing what?
He's
You catch 'em all.
complete.
and I heard
Okay.
I heard he needed the CAV Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
So I thought I would send him 6 copies of that.
Yeah,
Nice.
so if you have an extra CAV Silence of the Lambs, send it to Luke.
Yeah, we're not
You need
talking
his
about
address.
extra whatever, Ryan.
Actually,
and
I
your Dead Ringers bullshit.
heard Luke likes Fantasia. Send him
Nope.
Fantasia.
That's our friend Chris Altman.
That's Chris.
Altman.
Yeah, I
Need
knew
some
that.
Fantasia.
I
Did
knew
you
that,
want
yeah.
this or not? Or you want to play games? Or
Yeah, I think I'll take that minute work.
because I can put this in a box right now.
Let's make a special deal, side deal.
Working through.
I mean, I got to get that box so I can send you the CLV Silence of the Lambs. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I finally, I have my summer off now, so I'm going to play a whole bunch of Xbox 360 games that I have on deck, and I'm going to watch a whole bunch of Criterion LaserDiscs and work
yeah.
through Sailor Moon.
Nice. Living the dream.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Well, excellent. Thanks for hanging out with us again and powering through this extra long power-packed Wolfpack episode.
It's been one of the best ones, man.
It's a pretty killer episode, right?
Yeah, enjoyed it.
Listen, thank you guys so much for having me on. It's a true pleasure.
You're much better than Spencer.
Oh,
Well,
man.
let's not.
Confused, do not replicate with people.
I'm getting
This
another
is totally
Spencer
what I
drop.
think, and
I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
get
say-
Spencer retorts and just drop them in.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll ever be invited back. Max seems to think that I'm constantly being disendorsed by the podcast.
We're gonna do a Revenge of the Anime
You're out.
episode.
Yeah, don't worry. It's
Yeah. totally got to get that going.
Oh, I know it's in the.
It's kind of like a really like positive energy up high, and then you drop down to the second tier, and it is just shitting.
It's exactly
Someone not like the Lion King. What was that?
I know that.
Lion King.
That's
Fuck
where
the
the
Lion
tables
King.
turn.
I'm here to say that the Wolfpack podcast.
Anyways, so as we were saying,
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's been a great
you,
episode.
everybody.
We look forward to seeing you again.
You didn't set it up right. I can unmute myself, Cushing. I'm coming. I'm going to drive a boat right through your front wall.
And I'm coming with you so I can get his
No, I'm leaving you behind. I'm going to run you over with the boat.
Damn it.
These are not reflect by what.
I'm going to mute myself for my own safety.
we should just have his intro be like,
I'll do it for you.
anyways, thank you, everybody.
Yes,
That was
it's
great.
been an amazing
Seriously, that was
episode.
a lot of
Cheers.
fun.